Well, hello, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. We're going to have a chat with Al on this Saturday evening. Happy New Year. Saturday night's all right for chatting. Let's get a little chatting in.
If you want to sell online,
Oh, let's not listen to that. As we just check our sound, it seems good. So it's a new year. What are some of your new ideas for projects? Let's discuss that. And what are some games on your radar? What are you looking forward to for new games or seasons? And as usual, what would you like your favorite gaming companies to do? Also, we'll touch on other things as we always do. We'll have a few a little fun with some Family Feud questions. Yes, we will. So we're going to do a little bit of that later in the chat. A lot of fun. I played that with Nurse Teresa and her children on New Year's Eve. We had fun with that. Steeler fan 1933 is here. How you doing, Matt? And Bears Den, how you doing? Hope all is well. And we're going to deputize Mr. Matt. Congratulations, Mr. Matt. You are deputized. You are a moderator. So, how's the new year going so far? Seems like same old, right? But it changes. It's no longer 2021. It's 2022, but it's the same poop, different day. But that's what our community does different. We make each day a little better, don't we? Absolutely. I'm having a lot of fun with, as always, as Steeler fan, our good friend Matt says, look out. He's been deputized. Of course, we have Bears Den here. Greatly appreciate your time. That's what our community is about. We make things a little better each and every day. The games we play make each and every day a little better. Been enjoying a lot of Legends of Boxing on the PC. As always, enjoying a lot of Glory Days Boxing on the tabletop, which can be purchased at sidelinestrategies.com. Anthony will have a new set coming out soon of different weight classes. We look forward to that. Philip Reynolds is here. Nearing 100 episodes. Okay. Congrats. I really do like Replay Baseball on the PC. A lot of fun. We just finished up that 1919 White Sox against the 1975 Reds. If you like, I won't spoil it. Check it out on the channel. And we'll discuss that our next chat with Al. JD is here. Check out that wonderful channel. How you doing, JD? The Dragon. My man. Well, there's Pocket Pennant Run. That's out there now. I've played a few games offline. I might bring that to the channel. Lots of other people have brought it to their channels. So it's a fun, basic game, but it's a lot of fun. I'm doing all right, JD. How you doing, my friend? What's your feeling on your Denver Broncos season this year? Were you happy? Obviously, they didn't make the playoffs, but they played very well at times. I think the Broncos are a quarterback away from being serious playoff or steady playoff contenders. They got it, even if they just find a very serviceable veteran quarterback or just a serviceable quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater wasn't too bad. He looked really bad when he didn't try to go for that tackle. Then he had I think it's season-ending injury. But if they stick with their coaching staff and the way they're going, I think when they get a quarterback, and you need a quarterback in this league, just to be serviceable, don't make mistakes. I think they'll be all right. I think teams are going to get back to the running game a bit. You see what Indianapolis has done, the Patriots have done with the running game. You don't have to run in the traditional sense of the formations of a fullback and things like that. You line up in a passing formation, and then your quarterback makes a read. If they're playing pass, you hand the ball off to your running back and you tell your big old lineman, hit somebody. It's the easiest thing to do in football. I think they've overcomplicated football. Oh, dude, if this happens, hit somebody, son. You're a big offensive lineman. Get some payback. JD says, just had a long discussion with a friend about The Wheel of Time, book 1. It was a 3-hour chat last night. Awesome. JD, I almost messaged you. How are your books coming along? Are you still working at them? I was looking forward to your Western. I really did like when you sent me that, your little prequel to your Western. And I hope you're still working on them because they're fun. I enjoyed reading when you'd send me something to read. It was a lot of fun. Steeler fan 1933, our good friend Matt says, I got to deputize JD. We got to re-deputize JD. I forgot. JD, you have now been deputized. We had some issues, so I had to get rid of a lot of mods. Something happened way back when. I'm adding a few more mods once again. Steeler fan 1933 says, I hope Stratomatic, that's SOM, will continue releasing carded past football complete seasons like they did with the 1968 season last year. I hope so too, because a lot of people like that. I know they don't like to offer PDFs, but they're always afraid someone's going to steal their stuff. JD regarding his Broncos, not happy, quarterback, and a good offensive coordinator. Okay. Bridgewater was too much of a check down safe quarterback. Schumer is a joke as an offensive coordinator, I think he meant to say. I'm telling you, if teams are going to get back to the run, you're going to line up in a passing formation. You're going to get back. The Patriots have done it. The Colts do it. And then you work play action but I do agree with JD that I watched some Denver games on the red zone where it jumps from game to game. You got to be smart, but you can't be too conservative. Sometimes you got to go over the top to loosen things up. The Patriots were real conservative in a couple of their losses. They waited Mac Jones was horrible in one loss, and they nearly won on those back-to-back losses. But they really waited a little too long to open up their offense. Again, I'm not saying to go nuts. Do what you do, but you got to give the other team something to think about. P-Jet, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? JD still working on his books. Awesome sauce. You're going to get there. And when you get there, I'll be purchasing them. Bears Den 007. I will be a little happy Monday. Nagy will be gone. GM Ryan Pace needs to go too. JD says, my mind shifted to sci-fi right now. Replay Gamers here. Check out that wonderful channel. Oh, by the way, YouTube has brought back something that I've been bitching and complaining about. If you don't know, when we say, hey, check out this channel and subscribe to one another, that's how our community grows. You go to the 3 dots. Like if I want to go to JD's channel, go to JD's name in the chat, click on the 3 dots. It says go to channel. So let's go to his channel and subscribe. If I want to go to Replay Gamer, who's here, check out that wonderful channel. I got to catch up on some videos. He's put up a lot of nice videos. I have to catch up with a lot of videos. I try to watch as many videos from the community as possible. You go to Replay Gamer, 3 dots come up. This is in the YouTube chat, mind you. You click on it, go to channel. They finally brought that back. It helps grow the community, helps grow someone's channel. Tribes Fan was just on with Rob Explanation Point. Big Ben, 50 attempts to get 140 yards. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. JD, mine that features has been gone for a while. I forgot about it. Anyhow, I took Philly in my office pool that I run, and they're losing. Can someone give me... Nurse Teresa will be coming gloatingly. She took the Cowboys. A lot of big games on the final week. Here's the thing. I don't know. They were just talking how Dak Prescott just broke or tied Tony Romo's records for touchdowns in a season. which is fine. That's cool. But there's 17 games now. Tony did it in 16, and prior records were done in 14, and prior records were done in 12. I think you got to not necessarily put an asterisk next to it, but you should say, hey, the guy who still holds it for 16 games is Tony Romo. I don't know. That's just what I think. Oh, it's okay, JD. Mayfield sacked 9 times. That tore Olivia was so sore he called it a season the next day. Cleve baseball fan, 879, our good friend Tribes, or formerly Tribes, our good friend Tim. I'm going to still say Tribes. I don't find that offensive. Many things don't offend me at all. I get offended by people who get offended. I don't know. The PC thing's got to go. If one thing needs to go in 2022, and there's a lot of things that need to go and get better, the PC culture needs to go. 30-20 Dallas, so I'm only down 10 there. JD says, I don't know if I like this 17-game season. I'm on the fence with that too. I know what you meant. Maybe it was labor. I don't know. Steeler fan's funny. Mr. Luke Brown, how you doing? There should be a 16-game records and 17-game records. I agree. Because I'm not taking away from anything. Hey, you get to play 17 games. God bless you, you know. And he's a good quarterback, Prescott. I'm just saying it's kind of yin and yang when you're sitting there looking, go, but the guy did it in 16 games. I don't want no asterisks next to anything. I'm just saying there's a guy who did it. If it's a 12-game schedule, who held the record for the 12-game schedule? Yeah. 2 lists. It's very easy to do. Not necessarily, you know, just, I don't know. I mean, guys' records are going to fall. I mean, the offense is already inflated. Defense can't play. I was watching. I got up this morning, had to use the abode, the bathroom, the facilities, whatever you want to call it. So I always bring my little, you know, I bring my phone in there because it could be a long visit. So I need something to entertain myself. I watched the 1990 Giants comeback against the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals at the Meadowland. And you just watch the style of football. And that's not that long ago, 1990. It was better. It was better. The hits. And again, I don't want to see anyone get hurt. I'm not saying about not protecting people, but I'm just saying it's wow. And the way the game was called on TV was so much better. It was Dick Stockton and Merlin Olsen, and they were fabulous on CBS. They called the game. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I sound like that old guy. Now, JD said, I will say this. The Broncos look good against the Chiefs today. They had a chance to win. I'm sorry, JD. I did take the Chiefs in my office pool. Locked, opened up the defense with throwing long. It made a big difference. You have to. I was just talking about that. Even if you tell your quarterback, I don't even, don't throw a pick, but I don't even care if the guy's covered. Just throw it deep and out of bounds. You got to give them something to think about. Because what I've watched with teams now, they're all sitting on that short to slightly medium pass. That's where the Patriots get in trouble. They start sitting, the defense starts sitting on the short to medium pass and the run. You got to let go over the top at times just to loosen things up. Again, just my opinion. Steeler fan 1933. Make records averages by numbers of teams, games played, problem solved. That's why he's here. Good job. Big Polly is back. We're always happy to see Big Polly back. He had some health issues. I was in his live stream for a while. It was a lot of fun. I get to talk wrestling with Big Polly. Nurse Teresa thanks you about that. That way I don't walk in there and start talking about old school wrestling. And Nurse Teresa looks at me and goes, what? Just go away. Update. I am once again the weekend gin card champion. I beat Nurse Teresa Friday night. We were listening to Dave Little's basketball game. I beat her 2-3. Best out of 3. I beat her 2-1. Speaking the English out. Dick Stockton is a blogger nowadays. Him and Merlin Olsen, I forgot how good they were doing football. As Big Paulie says hello to everyone. Again, check out Big Paulie's channel. And we're just, again, YouTube brought back something I've been bitching and complaining about. I'm sure other people have. You go next to that channel, like say Luke Brown. So I'm going to Luke Brown. I don't think Luke Brown does any videos, but if I wanted to just subscribe to his channel, you click the 3 dots and you go to his channel and you subscribe. I want everyone to subscribe to one another in this chat. Help grow the community. Help grow the channels. Todd B is with us. 1,000-yard rushers are not a big thing now. That's only 59 yards per game. Exactly. And again, I think teams are going to get back to the run. Not like they used to, but the easiest thing to move the football, I'm telling you the truth. I don't give a shit if they pack the middle. Then you pop it. You see what the Patriots did. You have that guy come down, the receiver come down, and he closes. All you got to do is get in that guy's way, and you let your running back, he reads the hole. That's all he has to do. But you let your big guys hit somebody. It's the simplest thing to do in football. And teams have gotten away from it because they think every quarterback can throw for 4,000 gazillion yards. And guess what? It's not happening. I'm just saying. I've been saying that a lot, just saying. Drinking some coffee out of my Digital to Dice coffee mug. What a fine podcast that is on Spreaker with our good friend Dave Gardner and Ron Juckett. Great stuff. Great stuff. They had Smelly Wrestling Geek. Are you insane? You need to stop. As much as I love you, my legal counsel, Smelly Wrestling Geek with the super chat. Love these chats, Al. You should do them more often. You know why I don't do them more often? I don't want you to go broke. You keep donating, but thank you. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate everyone's time. I have to get. I'm going to try to, I know I say this, I'm going to try to do these twice a week or at least weekly. And again, I just come on here and I just talk. We will be doing, though, I'm very excited about this. I've always wanted to be a game show host. Family Feud. And this is, we're going to do a little practice run. So we're going to throw this out to the chat here. Of course, now I can't read. Because I have my glasses on. Name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 answers. Let's see if the chat can get all 5 answers. Name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. Oh, my Lord. All right, let's go to Super Bowl tournament. Check out that. He said baseball game. Number 1 answer, 37 points. Awesome sauce. Cleve baseball fan. 4th of July. Number 2 answer, holidays, 31 points. Family reunion. Be more specific on the family reunion. I might give you that. I might give you. All right, so we've gotten the 2 top answers. Baseball game and holiday. Again, name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. Oh, Luke Brown. He's got it. Cookout. Yep. Seven people said that. So we have 2 more to go. And there's a couple that seem like cookout, different names. W. Voggs, how you doing, my friend? The question is, my friend, again, we're doing Family Feud a little bit. Then we'll go back to the chat. Name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. We've gotten baseball game, holidays, cookout / barbecue. There's 2 more left. 2 more left. Hot dog eating contest. Very good, but not there. All right, we'll give you a couple of more shots, and then we'll move on. But this is, I love Steve Harvey. He surpassed Richard Dawson for me, and I love Richard. Richard Dawson was a molester, though. Hide your wives and daughters. That is true, depending. As Todd B says, now let's go back to the question. Todd B, he's the comedian. He'll be here all week. Tip your waiters and waitresses and bartenders. Name an occasion. This is like Mad Libs. I like it. Name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. Todd B answers sex. It's true. A hot dog sometimes is necessary for sex. Boom, boom. I love that answer. I love that answer. World's Worst Gamer. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Touchdown Cowboys. Well, it looks like I'm going 1 for 2 today. Or 1 and 1. 1 out of 2. 1 win, 1 loss. As everyone's enjoying Todd B's jocularity. Let's do that one more time. Let's get banned from YouTube. Why not? They hate me anyway. Because that was funny. So here we go. All right. Let's do it this way. Question, one more time. Name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. Todd B answers S-E-X. Sex. That's why children are not welcomed here. Todd B says, it'll be on the blooper reel. It made the show, baby. It made the show. JT, they don't like me either. YouTube hates us small content creators. I'm just being truthful. Though, once again, they have added, like, if I wanted to go to World's Worst Gamers channel, you go to his name and you click on the 3 dots, go to the channel. Subscribe. Would a Floby video be better with hot dogs? Yes. All right, we're going to give you the other answers. They got rid of Hangouts. The new thing that YouTube has doesn't work at all. That's why I use StreamYard. I pay for StreamYard just in case I have a tremendous show. I don't want them to own it, so I own everything I do on StreamYard. But that's just me. I don't recommend. Just in case. Just in case. Oh, WVOG says, I have a card show pickups video tomorrow, so please check out WVOG's. Again, if you don't know how to get to his channel, you go to WVOG's, 3 dots. They finally brought it back. I guess all the bitching and complaining we did. You click on the 3 dots, and guess what comes up? Go to their channel. I highly recommend it. Our good friend, Steve Towers, here. After further review with Steve Tower, please subscribe to that channel. More dodgeball. More dodgeball. Steve does an excellent job. A lot of play.com games. Again, very fun games. I love watching them. I do a lot of listening at work and when I'm doing stuff around the house. But I love listening to people who do the play.com games, who show their passion for the games. And if you've not, I'm sure everyone's familiar with Steve Tower. One of the first people I remember seeing on YouTube, along with baseball demos and the Earls on tabletop sports. So after further review with Steve Tower, check out that wonderful channel. Yep, StreamYard, yeah. The YouTube thing doesn't work. I tried it way back when because I didn't want to pay StreamYard. And again, I'm not recommending that you pay StreamYard. The only reason why I pay StreamYard is I want to own my stuff. Not that I'm going anywhere, but just in case, I'd like to own my own goofball shows, which I do. Thanks. Yes, more dodgeballs soon. It's just funny because if you don't know what we're talking about, please check out Steve Tower's channel and you'll find you just scroll a little bit and you'll find a dodgeball video. And it plays like dodgeball when you were a kid, but that's not the point. The point is it's just storyline. And Steve and a lot of people who do the play.com games, they're excellent storytellers. And that's what makes it fun. The story, I have more entertainment from YouTubers than I do television. All right, so let's get back. We'll finish this up real quick. We'll do another question later if you guys want. Question was, name an occasion that just wouldn't be the same without hot dogs. And again, Todd B had the ultimate answer, sex. Boom, boom, boom. But it wasn't on there. Number 1 answer went to, it was baseball game, and I have to scroll up, but we hit that right off the bat. I can't remember who. Oh, Smelly Wrestling Geek had baseball. Someone else had 4th of July was their holidays. That was Tim. Smelly Wrestling Geek baseball, but I thought someone else had it before that. Oh, Super Bowl tournament had baseball. Then we also got Cookout. And again, I apologize. I should write down who says these things. The ones we missed, wedding and party and picnics. So those are the 2 we missed, which are similar. We were very close. All right, so that was our little taste of Family Feud with Steve Harvey, who I love. I love Steve Harvey. A fine gentleman. He makes you laugh. He makes everyone laugh. That's a beautiful thing. Highlight Heyday. Check out that wonderful channel. Again, click on the name. 3 dots come up. Go to the channel. Subscribe. Highlight Heyday. I listen to a lot of Highlight on Highlight Heydays. Tampa Bay Tiburons. Favorite team on his channel. That's a Play.com game, I'm pretty sure, right? That's a Play.com game. Todd B says, I like the Teddy Ball Game baseball card in the upper right-hand corner. That actually got me banned from Facebook originally. They wanted a photo. I didn't want to give them a photo. So I gave them a photo of Ted Williams, and they banned me. So I had to use all kinds of different things to get on Facebook. Imagine that. I get banned from Facebook because they wanted a photo. I didn't want to put up my photo at the time. I put up Ted Williams. I've seen all kinds of horrible things on Facebook. They're not banned. Facebook. And I love Facebook because of the communities, the gaming community groups that I belong to. So much fun to follow everyone's projects. True story, World's Worst Gamer. Banned twice from Facebook for nothing. They asked me to put up a photo. I think the first one I put up was Bugs Bunny, banned. Then they asked me again. I started under another email address. And I put up Ted Williams this time, banned. So then I finally put up a photo of me. Because I wanted to be part of the Facebook Sporting Sims community because it's a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, I love seeing and reading about people's projects. And sometimes, actually a lot of times, that gives me ideas for projects. And Lord knows I have way too many projects. I do complete most. Get back to some at later dates, years later. And again, my favorite all-time project, and I have lots of them I love. Some of them you stop because they're just not as fun as you thought they were going to be. And, it's our free time, so, you're going to do what's fun. But my favorite, the Ted Williams Swan Song season, it was open world. I didn't make too many trades, 1960. And we tried to get the Red Sox to 500. We couldn't, but boy, Teddy had a great year, and it was a lot of fun. I used Out of the Ballpark, a couple of different versions because it took me a while. World's Worst Gamer. I get banned weekly by Facebook. I deserve it some of the times. Well, don't give them the satisfaction. Just don't worry about it. Love the projects. Thank you. I love everyone's I love reading everyone's projects. I'm not lying about that. Sometimes I have trouble sleeping. I'll just sit there and I'll read and there's so many fun projects out there. The one thing I have to say, people, if you're watching someone's project on YouTube or on Facebook or that other thing that I never go to because I think everyone a bit too uptight, that blogging thing, I forgot what the hell it's called. There's a lot of nice people on there too. I can't think of it right now. Let them enjoy their projects. There's no right way or wrong way to play a project or a game. I hate to tell you this, it's all for entertainment purposes. If someone wants to play it straight up, as played, let them play it as played. If someone wants to use a freaking DH, let him use a freaking DH. How is that going to hurt you? It's not. It's not. Cutter Historicals here. Check out his wonderful channel. Do you take live calls? Would love to talk face-to-face with you. No, we don't do live calls. We don't do live calls. That's a different setup. I'm not that savvy. Dave Little had some wrestling on. I went by, hit that like button. I'm going to go back and listen to it tomorrow. And again, Uncle Dave Little, who's usually our ringside physician when I do boxing matches, whether Legends of Boxing, Title Bout, 2 on the PC, both those on the PC. And, of course, my favorite boxing game, tabletop, card and dice, makes it nice. Glory Days Boxing, which can be purchased at sidelinestrategies.com. Anthony Crooks, we're going to have him on soon. We're going to have Kurt Berglund on soon, hopefully. I want to try to get the guys from Pennant Run Tabletop Baseball. It's a fun game. I've read some. Is every game perfect? No. Anyway, let's get back to Dave Little. Check out his channel. Subscribe. I already told you how you do it. You just go to his name. 3 dots come up, and you click go to channel. Jason Cole, how you doing? Hope all is well. Thank you very much, Smelly Wrestling Geek, my legal counsel, who continues to give me super chats. I greatly appreciate it. You don't have to, but I thank you very much. JD says, I'll be right back. We'll be right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying up late or early, whatever for my own sanity. I might tell you why later. Tabletop Sports Delaware. Please subscribe to that wonderful channel. Our wonderful friend Chris, the man of many voices and talents, but most of all, a fine gent of a human being. And a pretty damn good singing voice. He used to come on a regular basis, but no more. He doesn't love me no more. No, I'm just kidding. Smelly Wrestling Geek. Are you going to do more wrestling content someday? Me? I was doing a bunch of it offline. I had Bruno Sammartino beat Roman Reigns. He almost lost. I get into it when it's Bruno. I know it's only a game, but when it's one of your favorite, and I like Roman Reigns. I was telling Big Paulie, he's one of the few wrestlers I'll watch nowadays, Roman Reigns. He could have wrestled in any day and age. He has a good shtick, quick mind, excellent athlete. I like Roman Reigns. Even if he's a bad guy, I don't care. I like him. I like Cesaro. I don't see him much anymore. I don't even know if he's still with the WWE. He can wrestle, and he's freakishly strong. I think we will get back to some Tom Vogel's Wrestling's Finest, as well as Fire Pro Wrestling, which is more of a fun visual thing. Dave Little says, I'm still waiting on my paycheck for providing all that medical care at ringside. Check is in the mail. Jason Cole, just got my Glory Days game last week. So easy to play. I really like it so far. Very fun game. I ruined, oh my God. Anthony had to send me so I had to reprint this because when I bought it, I bought the hard copy, but I spilled water on it. And I was like, oh my God, it's ruined. And when I got the PDF for the original game, it's not that. It's not this. It's a different setup, which I didn't like. But he sent me this, and I reprinted it on 110 cardstock. It's okay. I'm happy. The ink didn't really do blue justice, but I know what it is. Thank you, Steve. Take care, my friend. Remember, check out after further review at Steve Tower. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Big Paulie saying hello to everyone. Daryl Cole, hello from Nova Scotia, Canada. You're on the line. Who used to say that? Come on, everyone knows that. Big Paulie knows it. He did the same thing in his chat. How you doing, Daryl? What's the temperature in Nova Scotia, Canada, besides cold? Where is the new kitty in your house, Al? Outside. Outside. Not outside, but out of the office. She's hilarious. We were watching Big Paul. What were we watching? Was it Big Paulie? I think it was Big Paulie. I was watching something else. No, it had to be Big Paulie. And I was petting her, and then she jumps on the keyboard. She's walking like, oh my God, you gotta go. Cutter Historical. Actually spent the past week working on Out of the Ballpark 22, which was on sale for $5. You can't go wrong there. Combining the pretest all-time great teams and adding historical teams only for the 3D stadiums. Spelt it wrong. That's all right. It's fun. I like Out of the Ballpark. Excellent value. And again, I don't know if they still have it on sale for $5. When it's brand new, it's just under $40. I buy it brand new every year. I enjoy it. I have to finish my Tony Canigliaro 1964 rookie replay as played using Out of the Ballpark. I've used now 2 different versions, and I'll be Out of the Ballpark 23 soon. Our good friend Chris says, love you, Al. You can call me Betty. I will call you. We got to have you back on. I got to have you back on. I'd love to have you and your brother on. That'd be hilarious. I love stuff with your family. I enjoy watching those. I enjoy all your videos. Cutter Historical, also from Canada. Smelly Wrestling Geek. Cesaro used to play rugby. He is freakishly strong. You can go on YouTube and watch when he does the spinning thing and see these. Man, I get it. The guy's letting him spin him around. But when you can hold someone out straight, and I get the whole thing, when you're spinning them, they can go out straight, but that's still incredible to me. When did Al turn into Paul Heyman when coming to pay his guy? That's a good one. I think Dr. Dave Little liked that one, JD. We have quite a few Canadians in this chat, which is awesome sauce. I'm sure they're not Bruins fans, but that's okay. Daryl Cole, we had about 13 inches of snow last night. It is minus 10 degrees Celsius. That is cold. That is cold. Stay warm, my friend. Daryl, what if you're, I would assume if you're in my chat, you do play sports sims, but not necessarily. What is one of your favorite games? Whether it's a sports sim, card and dice, PC, video game. Do you enjoy gaming? Let's get to know Daryl. Bob Cole, hi Al, recent subscriber, love your stuff. I just recently stated a strap basketball final. Started, I'm sorry. I think you mean started. I just recently started a strap basketball Final Four format 2016-2017. Is that on the PC or table? That's probably on the PC. Do you think they don't do college basketball? Did you make your own cards? Tell me more about that, Bob. I love my strap PC basketball when it worked. It doesn't work. No, and they're no help, and I'll leave it at that. Because I think the strat games are very fun. There was the first game I ever, the first strat, we'll say sim sports game was Fran Tarkenton football, which I've showed some of that on my channel. The old Fran Tarkenton football. You roll, you look at the chart. Teams had not individual ratings, but ratings by play. Very fun game, very excellent concept. I modded it a bit to player ratings. I made some teams. They should bring that type of game back. I think football is tough to play on the tabletop if you're trying to stream it because it takes a while. Even a PC football game takes a little while. And I'm just not I have played quick played games or medium play games, but when it comes to football, I find more enjoyment playing the whole thing out. I really love Pro Strategy Football 2022 and all the other versions. Every season's free, created by the mod community. I love looking at all the little uniforms. I've been trying to make some college football teams, but I like playing better than making teams. And again, Bob, thank you very much for the subscription. Greatly appreciate it. Tell us more about your project, the Strat Basketball Final Four 2016-2017 tournament. To me, that sounds like it's college, but maybe you're using pro teams. Thank you, W. Vogs. Daryl Cole. Is it wrong that I have about 40 seasons of Strat? LOL. You don't want to? No. You've just joined I have a problem like the rest of us. My name's Al. I am a gameaholic. We all own too many seasons we'll never play. But it's fun to own them. And if you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, why not? I have more seasons. I have to have every season, certain seasons in every game. It's a sickness. Cutter Historical. I'm going to need to seek asylum, possibly in the U.S., and so am I glad I can. The U.S. from downtown. Baseball demos. How you doing, my friend? Cats have a way of getting in the way of a board game at the most inappropriate times. Yes, they do. If you have not subscribed to our good friend Dave's channel, that's Baseball Demos, please do so. He does so many fine tabletop card and dice baseball games, Stratomatic, Inside Pitch, Payoff Pitch, I also believe. And he's done History Maker Baseball and many, many others. Here's Nurse Teresa to gloat. Let's go.
51 to 28 minutes.
Get out.
Over 8 minutes left.
Get out.
But I didn't tell you who had 51.
I know who has 51. It's the Cowboys. You wouldn't be coming in here to tell me. Get out. I love you. Get out. So she's going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 1-1. She's won the football pool 3 times. I've only won it once. Come in freaking second for it 3 times. Bob Cole, as in Bob Cole from CBC Hockey Night in Canada. That would be something, wouldn't it? Smelly Wrestling Geek. Baseball Demos. My bird is obsessed with your card games. It's a good obsession. Good obsession. Big Polly says, regarding cats getting in the way of board games. True, Demos. True. Take care, W. Vogs. Daryl Cole. I started playing Strat Card and Dice in 1986. Now I have the PC version, multiple seasons of baseball and hockey. I enjoy my favorite. I tell you what, the football game on the PC has really grown on me. And I get the card images because I want to see it's an open engine. I can play either open or closed engine, but if I get a Strat game on the PC, I want the card images, which again, you pay a little more for, which is kind of stupid, but God bless them. They make money. I hope they pay their people well. But yeah, no, the football game's really grown on me. I don't do it much on my channel. I wish they'd give you more historical college teams. They have one great college team season. I wish they go a little farther back. Like to get some of those old Army teams from the 40s and stuff like that. Action PC football's great. Dave Cook, wonderful, wonderful company. Hockey and Real has finally sold me on Hockey Bones. Ordered the print version 2020-2021 season. Excellent. Excellent. I've looked at the shootout hockey quite a bit, but am I going to play it? And now, I say, try out games. I buy games. Sometimes I play them online. Sometimes I only play them once or twice offline and I'm done. But I'm trying to get stuff that I'm going to play. Any boxing game comes out, I get, because the boxing's my favorite sport. And I just totally enjoy that stuff. Bob Cole. Sorry, that was clear. That wasn't clear. NBA, gotcha. Because I was going to say that would be really cool if they had college again. But I really did like the Strat basketball on the PC. I have my old Strat basketball card and dice, 1986, 87. Fooled around with that a little while ago. Just the basic stuff. It wouldn't stream well with my setup, and I'd be so slow at playing it. But that's a fun game, and I really did enjoy. I like replay basketball. My favorite basketball game, though, and I love all my games, I still like the Action PC. That's me. World's Worst Gamer. I'm always making them laugh. Highlight Heyday. My first sports simulation game was the Warren Built Right baseball card game. You build your lineup and read the card results, no charts. That's what I like to hear. No charts. The new, though, I have to tell you something. If it's done right, it's okay. The new Pocket Pennant Run baseball, again, I started talking about it and I went off to something else. Basic type of game. It's a combat. You can see if you listen to the interview with the 2 gentlemen who created the game on the Digital to Dice podcast, which you can be listened to on Spreaker or wherever fine podcasts can be listened to, Ron Juckett, Dave Gardner, they talk about how they were influenced by different games, and you can see that. It's a fun game, plays quick. Is it without people questioning certain things? No, but I think it's a very fun game. And if you buy the PDF, and again, that's up to you. I did. For $10, you get their software and you get every season. Can't go wrong. But check out some videos. You can actually just go to their link, to the game link, and they have videos showing how it's played to see if you like it before you make any purchase. So that's cool. Smelly Wrestling Geek. This can be the game buying addiction cope group. Yes, it can. Again, I'm trying to buy either games or seasons. I shouldn't be buying seasons for anything because I have a gazillion. We were just, I forgot who just, I think was it Daryl Cole or Bob Cole? One of the two, I forgot, was saying how they have so many, the camera's going in and out of focus now. I've also got back into some zombie killing. Don't worry, I won't bring it to the channel. No one ever watches it, but I do like shooting zombies. Myself, my two nephews, and my brother-in-law, we are playing Back for Blood. It plays very much like Left 4 Dead. So much. I forgot how much fun it was to play with my nephews and my brother-in-law, that type of video game. We play every Sunday from 7 to like 10. Lots of fun. And that's what gaming is about, having fun. Whether it's sports gaming, video games. JD does a ton of video games. I got to get back to his live streams. I've missed too many of them. Missed too many. Let's get back to the chat. As Big Polly says, Dallas running away with it. Yes, Nurse Teresa is ecstatic. There'll be no living with her if she wins 4 times in 1 year. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't have Twitter anymore, JD. If you want company, I'll send me an invite on something, LOL. I don't have Twitter. Shoot, how are we going to do this? Let me think. Yeah, I'd love to have you on. I like company. Company's good. The Dragon. Oh, you know what? Screw it. We'll do it this way, JD. We will do it this way, my friend. We will do it this way. Are you ready? I'm going to pop it in the chat, and then I'm going to delete it. Oh, Lord, what's that? That's not Mercedes-Benz. No, it's not. Let's do it. Hold on a second. Daryl Cole. I have thought about getting a basketball game, but I'm not sure if I know enough about the game. By the way, go Raptors, go. Replay PC basketball, very user-friendly. You can check out videos on Dave Gardner's channel and other channels. I have videos too. I just don't. I play the game. I don't really explain it. But it's very. The game just teaches you the game. It's very good. I've been playing Ghost Tsunami lately. Is that the one where you're like a ninja? It's like I think that's the. I think maybe not. I could be wrong. All right, let's get JD in here. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Normally, I would send an email. I don't think I... Oh, you know what? I do have JD's email somewhere. Let's see if we can find JD's email. Let's see. Let's see, people. Well, you're not going to see. I'm going to see. Pretty sure I have JD's email. Bear with me a moment. Bear with me. Let's see. Nope. I don't remember. I thought I had it because he used to send me the book, the little manuscripts every now and then to read. He's a fine author. So maybe we'll just put it in the chat. All right, JD's ready, so we'll just put it in the chat. We'll bring him on. Then I'm going to delete it quick. All right, let's go here. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Invite. Oh, wow, I have to do it over here. Okay. There you go, JD. Click on it, my friend, because I'm going to delete it. So soon we'll be having JD. Do a copy paste, JD. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. You got it, my friend? You got it. Beautiful. Excellent. All right, JD will be joining us shortly. Be nice to talk to my friend JD. I wish we could get Johnny. Johnny the Wildling. Long live the king. Baseball demos. Do you think it's worth an upgrade to the most recent action PC game? When I bought the game last year, I've heard a few comments that it is very similar to. Do you mean the baseball game? The animation, Dave, is better, smoother. Oh, popcorn kernel still. I thought I got them all off. Love popcorn. It sticks in your teeth, though. I got it, but I play it a lot. If you don't play, and I don't know how much you play, I play a lot of it offline, and I put some of it online. When I buy the action PC games, JD the Dragon's here.
What up, man?
What's up, JD?
Oh, not much. Just
How you doing?
doing good. Doing good.
Is that the Punisher?
Yeah. Come on, wake up your later.
So
I got a friend over the summer.
ooh, Black Lab.
Yeah.
What's his or her name?
His name is Loki.
Loki. I know
Yeah.
what that's after.
Yeah.
Or his brother.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Have you watched that show?
Yeah, I did watch Loki. It was good.
It looks
I liked
fun.
it.
Do you recommend it? 'Cause
Yeah,
I want to.
yes, I do.
I think I'm gonna watch. It seems like there's a lot of comedy in it.
There
I
is
like
a lot
this.
of comedy in it.
Yeah.
It was really good. I enjoyed Loki a lot.
Oh, cool. We'll talk about that in a second. I just want to answer this other question for a moment.
Yeah. Go for it.
How, I think this is all right, this setup right here. So, Dave, what I'm saying is when I buy the action PC games, I'm looking for the animation to be better and that type of stuff because they always have a good stat package and reports and stuff like that. But to me, the animation is better, smoother. Do you necessarily have to upgrade? I would say no. It's how much are you going to play it? OG, how you doing, my friend?
Oh shit! What's happening?
W Vog says hello.
Hey,
OG.
Vogs. I haven't seen OG in a long time.
So yeah, OG and we gotta get OG back on. He's fun. So tell us about Loki. We're gonna go do a little TV now. Actually, it's not TV. Well, it's like TV, but it's a series. He is funny, that actor.
Yeah, no, Tom kills it. He's a great actor.
And who? Wilson.
Oh, Anthony Mackie.
Is it Owen Wilson? Oh, who's no, not Owen. Who is that?
Oh, the Wilson that's in the show. No, that is Owen Wilson. Yeah.
Oh, it is. He's fun. I love watching that clip. I laugh my ass off. No, that's where you were.
Right.
He goes, we're going to go someplace to talk. He goes, for someone who doesn't like to talk, you sure talk a lot. So, tell us your thoughts on Loki.
I enjoyed it. It's cool how they introduce. It's basically the show that's introducing the next big villain for the MCU. Is how that works out. And you get to meet variants because basically what it is Loki. At the end of Endgame when he grabs the Tesseract and bounces out.
Yep.
He basically becomes a variant of a whole situation that's going on. And you have what's called the TVA, which is a company that is supposed to keep the variants in line, which keeps the timeline in line.
Yeah. And I saw the little clip, yeah.
Right. And so Loki kind of fucks that whole situation up. And he ends up helping the TVA hunt down another variant Loki through wormholes, and eventually he backstabs the TVA, and then you get the whole situation with them, and it's crazy.
So it's like time travel kind of stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
So is he the likable bad guy?
He is very, very much the likable anti-hero bad guy. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I like. I don't like a bad guy I like a bad guy who sits there and goes, I kind of want to do this certain thing, but it's going to hurt these people. I'm still going to do it, but I'm not going to hurt these people. I'm going to help these people.
Right.
And I'll still take care of these other people who don't like me too much.
Right. No, I've enjoyed what most of the MCU has done lately. There's been a
That's the
couple where I'm like,
Marvel universe, right?
yeah,
Because again, I'm not the
yeah,
big
it's
comic.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, I've enjoyed what they've done with the next phase. The TV shows are different. WandaVision was good. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was good. I loved Hawkeye. Kate Bishop, the chick that they got to play Kate Bishop, killed it. So
Did you watch the Boba, not the Boba Fett one, but the one with I got
the Mandalorian?
I got the look. Yes.
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
I totally
Yeah.
I didn't watch it all. To me, it was like a Western in space.
Yeah, it was good.
Freaking awesome.
No, I enjoyed the Mandalorian. It literally made me forget about the sequels that they made that were horrible.
Because it was so well done.
Yeah,
it was he had to get just forget about its sci-fi. I have to get this little kid where it belongs, where this little child belongs. And it's a Western. It's the Three Godfathers, basically. There's a old Western called The Three Godfathers. But it was really Teresa loved it. She watched every episode. I watched here and there. But I enjoyed it. Right, Teresa? You like the Mandalorian? Yes. Are you going to bed? Are you happy with your 2 victories in the pool? Okay,
you glad
get
you
out.
have some money?
I love you.
Oh yeah, and I commented earlier. I can't blame you for taking the Chiefs, man. Like the way Denver's played this year.
Yeah,
I don't blame you one bit.
I almost took Denver, but I was like, I want to win this week.
Yeah, no, you did good. The problem is you chose Philadelphia.
I did.
And I will say, like, there's been some games, like, I mean, Denver ran over Dallas, but I honestly believe Dallas just looked past Denver, like Denver wasn't going to do it.
But that's the danger, because you watch football. It's that game you look past, that catch game, that trap game. That's the term I'm looking for.
Yeah,
but you have to give your team credit.
Oh man, they played good that game.
They played remember when Denver upset Dallas?
Killed
me thank you, because they killed me that week in the pool. Because I had Dallas with a lot of points.
I was at my sister-in-law is a huge Cowboys fan, and we were watching, and I looked at her, I'm like, I literally was just like watching the TV, and I kind of cocked my head, and I just looked at her, I was like, what's going on? And she shut up.
Is
I'm
this
like, no,
my
seriously,
team?
What is going on? Like, where's this team been all season? Like,
and they handled them easy.
Yeah,
easy.
It was amazing.
It was their day. They played very well.
Yeah,
let's go
like I said, dude. I like Teddy Bridgewater, but his problem is he plays a little too safe. He's a little too conservative for what we needed to do with the weapons we had. When you have Sutton and Judy and Patrick and Noah Fant, and he was playing a little too conservative. Sometimes you got to throw that jump ball to those 6'4" receivers.
What was your? Let me go to the chat real quick, and then I'm gonna ask you. Think about it for a second. Remember when he threw a pick, and he sort of kind of didn't even attempt to go for the tackle?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to build up for that because this should be good. Let's just go here. Todd B says Looper. Oh, I remember that movie.
That was a good one.
Did you ever see Looper? No. Teresa still won't. She's gloating over at the door. Oh, go to bed. Teresa, do you want to play that game? How 12-year-olds tongue kiss?
No, stop it.
Okay. No, Looper was a good movie. I like that. I'm trying to remember. Was Looper with Die Hard? Was it?
Who was that with?
Bruce Willis.
I think so. Yeah, and
I did like that movie. A lot of people did. I liked it. Daryl Cole says Mandalorian was awesome. You liked the Mandalorian.
It was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That was the player that played the younger version of who Bruce Willis' character was.
Okay, but it was okay. Cool.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Well, I got my man on right here. He's going to tell me. Did you watch the Boba Fett series?
I have not watched Book of Boba Fett yet.
Because we've heard good.
Okay,
he wants to. So that's already good. That's if he wants.
I just have. You remember AK, Alicia Kingston, right?
I'm sorry.
You remember Alicia Kingston?
Yes.
Yeah. So me and her have been doing behind the scenes recordings of The Expanse. We did The Wheel of Time. We're doing The Witcher. Like, I have so many shows that I'm watching right now to like.
Witcher's on Netflix, right?
Right. And I haven't even I've watched the first episode of season 2. That's
how is Alicia?
She's doing great. She's sick right now.
When do you do those shows? I'd like to stop by. Not talk, but listen.
Right now, we were doing the Wheel of Time every Friday, but it's over. So I need to figure out when she's sick, like I said. So we're kind of having to wait for her to get healthy. But once she's healthy again, I'll definitely let you know when we're going to do that. I have your email still, so I'll just shoot you an email.
Shoot me an email because I kept doing JD. Then I was like, you know what? I'll just put it in the chat and you come in and
right.
StreamYard's very easy, Cutter. Very easy.
Yeah. No,
it's very easy.
It's very friendly, very user friendly. I actually like it better than the old Hangout situation.
Oh, absolutely. Except I like the Hangout because it was okay. Again, I pay for Stream. I don't recommend it.
I don't pay for StreamYard.
I do it because I just want to have in case something really fabulous happens and something great happens, I want to
blow
own
up. Right.
Okay. And then if I have cool people on, I want them to benefit from me owning it, not somebody else. So
right.
That's
no,
the only reason. So that's the only reason.
I guess if I was trying, because I really don't try to get I just do it for fun.
Oh, I know.
So, like I said last night, me and I was actually talking to Johnny.
How is John?
Johnny's doing good. Johnny's doing really good.
He doesn't do YouTube anymore, right?
No, he doesn't.
Would he come on with us?
I don't even know if he's still awake.
No, not now, but I mean, would he? I know because it's early in Ireland.
Yeah, I could ask you for sure.
I love Johnny.
Yeah, I do too.
Remember when he used to troll those people?
Oh my god!
On that whatever, there was a site. This was hilarious.
Omogle?
Yeah, he would find the people bullying other people, and he would troll them. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, I was talking with Johnny, and Andy was in there, and Johnny had gotten the prequel series, which is called To the Wheel of Time, which is called A New Spring. And me and Andy are like, "Well, no, don't read that yet. Like, don't read that yet. Like, there's a lot of shit that's in that book that you don't want to know till later on in the series.
You got to start.
So start with book one." And Andy's like, "Yeah, you got to start with book one." I'm like, "Wait, you're Wheel of Time reader?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, how big? He goes, "Dude, I love the story." I'm like, "Me and you need to have a live conversation about book one because it's
cool."
I hate to say this. I really wanted the Wheel of Time to succeed on Amazon. As a book reader, I went.
You didn't like it.
And it really wasn't. It wasn't the whole build up to the last episode. It was legitimately like the last episode that turned me off. What they did with the last episode was just like cringe. I mean, I cringed.
It's tough. Again, I've not watched what you're talking about or read, but I know you're a voracious reader, and I know when you like something, you like it.
Right.
But it is tough sometimes. We'll just go to use the Game of Thrones, right? Because that's something we're familiar with. The books, I have to be honest with you, I read all the books. They're much better than listen, the series is very good.
No,
I don't even care about the ending because I thought about it. They had to end.
Right.
Not because they had to, but they said we're ending this season. So they had to get there somehow.
Right.
And they did.
And they rushed it really bad.
Yeah. But we knew they were going to rush it because they said this is it. And
Right. And I think my biggest knock with the Wheel of Time series is it's done. Like, you're not waiting for the author to finish it. It's done. Like, it's all wrote out. There's 14 books. It's all done. You have beginning to end. Make some minor adjustments to make it TV worthy because I know you're going to have to do that. But you changed the whole ending of a book. I'm like, why'd you do that?
Really?
Yeah, they completely shifted the whole ending of book one. And I went, why did we do that?
I'll give you something similar then. Walking Dead. They changed a lot from the graphic. I say comic. People say graphic. It's no knock against anything. I say comic, right?
Right.
The graphic. And to be honest with you, I've not read every one of them. I've read a lot of them. And I cheated. I read the last 3. And I was like, why did they move so differently in the way they went now? I've stopped watching The Walking Dead because they lost me 2 seasons ago with
I think it was season 5 or season 6. It just got really repetitive for me. We're in a village, we get in a fight, we find a new village, we get in a fight. And I was like, okay, this is getting bad. Actually, Smelly Wrestling Geek, hell yeah. Breaking Bad was freaking awesome. I loved Breaking Bad. It's one of those shows that I can go back and watch over and over and over.
Did you like the it would technically be a prequel, I guess, The lawyer calling the
Oh,
breaking.
Call Saul?
Yes. Did you
I
like
never
that?
did watch Call Saul.
No, okay, so you didn't.
No, I never
Breaking
watched
Bad.
it. Yeah.
Breaking Bad. I watched the first 2 seasons. Then I cheated. I watched at the very end of the final because you know when it lost me. Because what do I say? I like the likable bad guy. He got really dark. I like when he was a likable bad guy. I was like that, but really good show because I watched a little here and there during the thing.
So you'd be like you're like a really big. If you like a likable bad guy, you'd be like a big Dexter fan, huh? Like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, love Dexter. I haven't got to finish the new season. Like I got to episode 6. My Showtime free subscription ended, and I went, yeah, I'm not paying for this shit. I'll just wait for it to be done. And
I
I'll
think
rent it on Amazon.
didn't they put it on Netflix?
I don't know. I'll have to check because I want to finish it because season 8 was such a letdown that when they're like, yeah, we're gonna and then we're gonna do season 9, and they started it and they did such a phenomenal job with
when I watched Dexter again. It's not something I watched and you kind of had to, but I just enjoyed it when I watched it because the whole concept of someone who can't control himself, he's a killer, but he's like, okay, I don't want to kill good people, so I'll just kill bad people.
Right.
It's kind of I'm not recommending it, people. Don't go kill anybody before me and JD get banned from YouTube.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. We've said it. Don't do it. We're talking in the fictional sense. It's a really fun concept. It's really
a serial killer that kills serial killers. I mean, that's honestly the concept of it.
So Smelly Wrestling Geek was not a fan of Better Call Saul. Smelly Wrestling Geek. Dexter is another show that ended all wrong originally. Yeah, people said that. People have said that.
That's why I was so happy when they started this new season, the New Blood, and man, I was enjoying the hell out of it. The way that was writing.
Bob Cole just finished Prodigal Son. Too bad, only 2 seasons. Tell us about that. I never seen that. Tell us about that, Bob. You know what show I like, JD? And Teresa, I got Teresa to start watching it. I want to say it's 3 seasons. I read all 4 books. I think they were The Strain. Guillermo, I can't say his name. Guillermo del Toro. It's about like a vampire plague. It's very interesting how the vampires can buy up. They need human beings' helps for certain things. They can buy them off because they're so wealthy and so powerful, and how the human race just screws over the human race. It's interesting stuff.
So they basically took human concept and twisted it into vampires.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly how certain. It's just I liked it. The books are better.
Right.
But the series, and they did it the right way. I want to say it's 3 seasons or 4. And we just started watching again because it's on one of those things we have, Hulu, I think, or one of those ones.
Right.
And Teresa started watching it, and I said, I'll watch some of it. I really enjoyed it. It was just, again, that was an FX show, so it had a lower budget kind of thing.
Right.
You got to get by certain things that they didn't have the budget that they could do, but the storyline, because the books are great, and they did a pretty good job taking the book to put it on the small screen.
Right.
The one thing they did, which annoyed me, was they kind of softened a character, and the character was I mean, he still gets the same sort of ending, but they softened the character when the character is just an a-hole, complete.
Right. Actually, I'm glad AK got me into The Expanse. It's on Amazon, and it's a sci-fi show. And I started book 1 after we finished season 1.
Tell us a little bit what it is for, because I don't know what it is, and maybe the audience doesn't know.
So The Expanse is basically, okay, so mankind has moved out. So you have Moon, which is Luna. They've got onto Mars, and they're trying to make it habitable. And then you have the Belt, which is a bunch of
sci-fi. So we're talking sci-fi.
Right. So you have an asteroid ring out there that's called the Belt. And the Belt has a bunch of factions. There's no actual, unity there. So your biggest issues are with Mars and Earth. And you have this scientist that finds this alien molecule. It's called the portamolecule, and he's trying to weaponize it. And, dude, everything just kind of goes wrong when he tries to do some things with that. And it's phenomenally done. And the one thing that I love is the writers of the book are the writers of the show.
That's a good thing.
Right. So it works. They can make what they did in the books come to the silver screen by making those minor changes and not completely changing everything.
And I think that's where The Walking Dead changed, because then Kirkman got away from writing some of that stuff and other people. Oh, so Bob Cole again, he answered. We were talking about the project. I can't say that word now. I said it before. Prodigal son, and he answers, a serial killer in prison helps his son a profile to solve cases. Netflix. Ooh.
Okay, I might have to check that out, actually. That sounds very interesting. I'd have to check that out.
Steeler Fan 1933. I like Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad a lot, but The Sopranos is a better rewatch for me. I enjoy. Yep. I'll tell you this. I watched The Sopranos prequel. I don't know if you watched The Sopranos, JD.
So, I did watch The Sopranos.
Okay, I watched the prequel. I liked it. People are like, "Oh, it's not supposed to be The Sopranos. It's about this character who you never see because he gets killed." It's Christopher's. I liked it. A lot of people are, it's not those. It wasn't supposed to be about that.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be The Sopranos.
I thought it was interesting.
What I got, I never seen the prequel to it, but what I got was it was kind of how, I can't remember his name, the main character becomes top dog, basically. It's kind of like his backstory.
They show Tony, who's played by Gandolfini's son, because James Gandolfini obviously couldn't play him, but he's passed away. He looks, obviously it's his dad, right? In real life, he looks, wow, just what you would think a young Tony Soprano would look like. And it shows his relationship with his uncle, which is Christopher's dad, who gets killed. Spoiler alert. But you should know if you watch, he doesn't make it through the movie because he's not alive in the series. He gets killed. And it just shows it's his conflict. Now, he's a psychopathic killer at times.
Right.
That's the lifestyle he has chosen.
That's mafia life. Right?
You've chosen it. So, but he has this weird way that he can shut it off and do like sort of nice things. Like he was coaching blind kids in baseball. It was called beat ball, but he did it. It was like his way of trying to say in his mind, I'm not a bad person, right? And the other thing was to try to keep the young Tony Soprano idolized him because he would take him to baseball. He did things with his uncle, right? And I don't know how to, but at the end, he was trying to steer Tony away from the lifestyle. He goes, because he didn't want him to be like him in a way. Even it's tough. It was interesting. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
That's good.
Yep. Mr. Daryl Cole says Mr. Mercedes on Prime was excellent.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Give us a little what that's about, Daryl.
For sure.
Steeler Fan 1933. I like The Many Saints of Newark, which was the prequel. Was good too, Al. But I would have been happier if they focused more on Tony. See, that's what I think. That's what JD was. I think a lot of people, though I understand it wasn't the intent, I think a lot of people thought, and they did give you a lot of that, JD, right? It's just they gave you Dickie Molisante, Christopher's dad.
Okay.
Again, he had many faults. You did. I don't know. He was very likable for certain things. And it was just the one weird thing. They had Ray Liotta in the movie. He played two parts. And I'm not going to give anything away with this, but it was confusing at first. I went, wait a second. I thought something happened to that character. Then I realized, oh, he's playing two parts because there's twins or brothers. Not necessarily twins, but brothers. And that kind of threw me off a little bit.
Gotcha.
Smelly Wrestling Geek, have you guys watched the show? Watched the show
I've heard of you. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. I have not watched it. Again, tell us about it, Smelly Wrestling Geek.
Yeah, I like Ray Liotta too. He's a good actor. I really love him in freaking Night. What the hell is it? It's one of my favorite gangster movies, and it just like
Goodfellas.
Yeah, there you go. It's just like went over the top of my head.
Oh, Derek Cole says it's based on Stephen King's trilogy, Mr. Mercedes.
Okay, I'll have to definitely check that out.
There's
something like I'll say like there's some things by Stephen King I really, really like, and then there's some things by Stephen King where I'm like, why? You know?
My favorite, and I've not read any Stephen King books, but Misery is one of the best movies that he based off one of his books, in my opinion. It was just Kathy Bates was outstanding as a psychopath. We've talked about this before on this channel. Why that old man who was a sheriff would actually walk in front of her when he knows she's cuckoo for coke. Okay, I get it. You don't think she's going to pull a gun out and shoot you, but I get it. It's a small town in Maine. But can't you go get like Billy the barber and Butch the Hank the butcher to come with you?
Right.
Just so they can watch Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That was a great, the scene that I'm getting icky goosebumps now with the sledgehammer and the breaking of the ankles. Yeah. Oh my God. And she goes, "This is going to hurt you more than me." And he's like, "No, please."
No, it's really not. Yeah. That part made me kind of do that because I was little when I watched that movie. And I just kind of.
Yep. Bud W. James Caan was great in that. So Daryl Cole's a big Stephen King's fan. He says the newest book, Billy Summers, looks really good. Did he do? I think another movie I liked of Stephen King's. John Turturro was in it, and he was like a Johnny Depp was in it, and he was schizophrenic. And there was another character that wasn't really a real person. It was like his other alter ego, and it was John Turturro, and he ends up killing a couple of people and putting them in the cornfield. And at the end, he's eating the corn. He goes, "Best corn I ever had." I was like,
You're like,
I want to say something window, but I'm probably wrong with that. Cujo. Oh yeah, that scared me as a kid. Absolutely.
Yeah, Cujo scared the shit out of me. And of course, my dad was one of those that liked that type of shit, so I watched those.
That scared me.
Fucking Pet Sematary.
Ooh, I didn't like that. I didn't like Pet Sematary.
The original It movie, like.
Yep.
Oh, I can remember all that stuff when Halloween came around and we'd be at my dad's and be like, "Oh my God," like I'd have nightmares. So we'd watch Leprechaun, Freddy Krueger, Jason, all that stuff. And maybe that's a reason I don't really watch that crap anymore. As a kid, I got traumatized by it.
Brian Patterson, how you doing? It was the only book I ever read that scared the hell out of me when I read it at 13 years old. I believe is that Cujo? I think he's talking about.
No, he's saying It, like the book It.
Oh, gotcha. That was the thing that looked like a clown but was a spider sort of. Yeah. I wouldn't watch the remake. I said I saw the original on TV. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm good on. I know a lot of people that loved it. Like you watching them, like I don't have no enthusiasm to watch horror shows anymore. Like I'm good.
Secret Window. That's the name. Thank you, Bud W. That's the
one. I did enjoy The Shining. I thought Jack Nicholson killed that one too.
Oh.
You know what that book's actually based off of?
What?
The Shining?
What? Was
Stephen King stayed up in Estes Park at that hotel that's haunted.
Oh, and really?
He went downstairs to eat dinner, came upstairs. They put his clothes were put away. So he called down and goes, "Hey, thanks for putting my clothes away." They
said they didn't do it.
We didn't do it. And then he called it.
I would have left that room so fast, JD.
Right. And then he called it like 2:00 in the morning. He's like, "Can you tell the kids on the floor above us to quit kicking the ball?" They're like, "You're the only people staying here."
I would have I'm going to come sleep in the lobby with you guys if that's okay. And
so then the concept of a guy that was on the edge already going to work at a hotel that was a little messed up and screwed with him a little bit more was kind of where that's all.
So that makes it pretty because they were at a lighthouse, right? The Shining, was that a lighthouse?
No, Shining was the one up where he went to the motel and worked in the motel and ended up like he takes the axe and slams it through the door.
No, I remember. Here's Johnny. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Again, we've gotten off. Again, these chats go anywhere, but if you, Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. If you have not watched that, highly recommend it. I know it's an older movie for people. People are like, I have a mature crowd anyway, so they watch that stuff. But yeah, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Excellent. Let's get back to the chat here. This is one. This scared me as a kid.
Oh yeah, Enemy.
One of the first horror movies I watched was Amityville Horror. This is Daryl Cole saying, scared the shit out of me. I wouldn't watch it. When I saw the commercial, again, you have to understand, JD, I'm old, so there's no remote control. I would run and like change the channel because I didn't want to see that. Because
Right.
that's
they
the
don't have to-
commercial scared me as a kid. I'd shut the TV off.
Right. So, like I was telling you, like I'm still working on the Assassin book that I told you about.
Yep.
I started another epic series, which I just dubbed epic because I haven't come up with a title for it yet. And the sci-fi series that I'm writing it's called Black Moon, and it's based off of the Black Moon is Pluto basically because they
The
consider
dark
it
planet.
right. They consider it a black moon now.
Yep.
So that's what I based this series. What's coming off of this is what the series is drove off of. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Steeler Fan 1933. The remake of it was great. Best horror movie in years. It was Chapter 2 was good, not great.
Yeah, I'm good on I'm good on all that.
Motel in the Mountains. I don't know.
That's what he's talking about, The Shining, I think.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Shawshank Redemption. That's right. I forgot about that. That's a Stephen King movie. You're right.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
That's you're right. Good job, Todd B. Absolutely.
That is definitely one of my favorite movies.
Okay, so now here's another one that I won't watch. Now, okay, so Smelly Wrestling Geek, my legal counsel, because I like the remake. I wouldn't watch that either. But here's another one I watched it and it scared the crap out.
I see this one too.
The Exorcist. Oh, Donald.
The head spinning and the vomit going everywhere got me.
Oh my, Donald Cummings. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. That one scared the living crap out of me. The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's a good one. The first one and the first Omen.
Yeah,
that was another one. Again, I won't watch any of these types of movies anymore. But yeah,
I like I said, I have no. Meh.
World's Worst Gamers is the Blair Witch Project. That was well marketed and a brilliant concept to get a lot of people to go to the movies.
Right, it was, and I'm honestly one of those people that I was like, once I figured out what it was, I'm like,
Right, but it did get people to go to the movies.
It got people to go to the movies. It did.
Because I did the same thing. I was like, I might go see that, and then people were like, well, it's kind of like, okay. Yeah. So it was basically these people made this movie that the studios gobbled up and
they promoted it like kids actually going missing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was just they did a good job of promotion.
I love I like the cinematic part of it where it's like the documentary based style movie. I thought that was a genius idea. Like you said, the promotion for it was completely genius because they did it as these kids went missing. And you kind of believed it, so you wanted to watch it, and then you figure out what it was.
I remember trying to look up stuff if it was true, because wow, why have I not heard about this?
Right.
And they basically did Bigfoot hunting, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. The promotion was brilliant. People did enjoy. Yep. People I don't think I read the rest of it. People either loved it or really hated it, and you're right, because it was an interesting concept, and I give them a lot of you know what? I forgot. Here's another one. Stand By Me. Great movie. D. Scott Howard, The Goat Whisperer. How you doing, my friend?
Stand By Me is a good movie. Yeah, it's not a scary one. It's just
it's a great movie.
It's a good book too. I read that one, and I think I had to read it in high school. Actually, that was one of the have to reads when I was in high school.
Excellent. I'm just gonna go to the chat here, JD. There's a lot of cool stuff. Bud W. The original Night of the Living Dead scared the hell out of me. That was They're Coming to, what was the woman's name? They're Coming to Get You. Was it Mary? Oh, I can't remember. But it was not the husband and wife. Brother and sister, and he's like teasing his sister, and then gets the brother and like, okay, this is freaky.
Mm-hmm.
The funny story about that, and people probably know it, George Romero did not own the rights to that movie. That's why it's on. You can go on YouTube. You can show it on your channel. Someone will try to say it's a copyright hit. There is no, whatever the term is for movies, because it's public domain, because they messed up the thing when they tried to, again, I don't know the right license, it will say. They messed it up. It's public domain. You can show it on your channel if you want. Someone will claim it, but they're wrong. But well done movie. Well done movie. I actually like the all of his. I mean, he got cheesy. It was the stories that he did. Night of the Living Dead. Some of the best stuff is just how they made the movie.
Right.
They had to make it in the weekend or 2 days. Some guy goes, "Hey, my friend has a farmhouse. He says we can use it. He just wants to be in the movie." And it was all like that. It was just this independent film. And the other great story that I saw, again, I don't know. I watched a documentary. It's not like but it was interesting. The documentary was great. They go, "Wow, it's a good political overtone movie. The lead character is African American." And George Romero goes, "We didn't even think of it that way. He was just the best actor we had." But it's just funny because that's the way he made movies. And that has to be fun making movies with your friends.
I've seen somebody up here I seen a comment up here cracked me up about "Dude, where's my car?" Yeah, "Dude, where's my car?" was kind of scary, especially the plot and the acting. Yeah. That was such a cheesy comedy movie that
I'm trying to find that. Did I miss it?
Todd, I think.
Todd B.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Thank you, JD.
Yeah.
Todd's on fire tonight.
It was so stupid. It was funny. That's how you could describe "Dude, where's my car?" It was literally stupid. It was funny.
That was the guy from 70s Show.
Yeah. Him and the Stifler.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher.
That's it.
I can't remember the other guy's name. "Dude, where's my car?"
The Stand. I watched that. That was a mini series on if I remember right. The Stand, like the world, like the devil was in Las Vegas. If I remember right. I like that. That was a good one too. Brian Patterson.
Green Mile was freaking awesome, Bob. I love the Green Mile. That's
another one I forgot about.
That one, like, I don't get really emotional during movies. That one will actually get me kind of a little like that.
Yeah.
You kind of get that sadness feeling in your stomach and your chest.
Well done.
That movie does it to me.
So Brian Patterson said the same thing, like with the Omen and then the Omen. I mean,
Exorcist,
the Exorcist and the Omen.
Yeah. Barbara. That's what he said. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Yes. I forgot.
Steelers fan threw that up there. Hell yeah.
Good job, Matt. What would you guys consider the movie Unbreakable? A superhero movie. JD, what do you think about that?
So you have a trilogy there. You have Unbreakable, and then you have what the hell is the other two? There's two more movies, but there's a trilogy to that whole sequence, and they're all good movies. Like, I like all three of them. I thought they were phenomenally done.
Yeah.
Split is the other one. So it's Unbreakable, Split, and the one where it's based off of the character that Samuel L. Jackson plays, the guy that breaks all the time. I don't know if I would consider I mean, you could see it as a superhero movie, but there's nothing done that is like the superhero basis of it. I mean, you have the two out of the three elements are a guy that's really, really strong, never had a scratch on him. Somebody that completely breaks the villain. And then you have Split. Oh, yeah, Glass. That was the third one. Thanks, bud. And then you have Split, where that guy has 27 multi-personalities. I like the basis of it, but I don't know if I would consider it a superhero movie or more of a...
Just a sci-fi, maybe? Maybe?
Or a movie about extraordinary people.
That's a good way of putting it. I didn't think I really watched a little bit. Teresa likes those movies. It's not really super. Oh, here's one. Okay, I've discussed this movie on here, but I got to get to the chat. There's so much great stuff going on in the chat. But
right.
Children of the Corn. Here's my okay. I love Little Jimmy. Don't get me wrong. Little Jimmy starts coming at me with an axe. I'm hitting Little Jimmy. That's all I'm saying. I couldn't understand how every adult is like, "No, Little Jimmy, no." It's about time to smack the shit out of Little Jimmy. He just killed Frank and Henry and Martha.
Right. Kid needs kicked. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you might want to forcibly take that axe out of Little Jimmy's hands.
Yeah.
That was a very I watched that once. That was enough for me. That was
There's a lot of movies where I'm like, I can watch that. But then I watch it and I'm like, I'll never see that again. Yeah. I will honestly say American Snipers is a movie like that. I watched it. I thought it was an excellent done movie. I'll never watch it again.
Didn't have replay value in your mind.
It wasn't that it wasn't replay value. I have a lot of friends that were in the military and were in that situation and actually knew Chris and had Chris watching over him. And so there was a lot of, just that
Emotional attachment.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Gotcha,
emotional
gotcha.
attachment for it. Like
Gotcha.
I can honestly say he saved 3 of my friends' lives.
Well, that's because yeah.
So
I gotcha.
I watched it. I thought it was a great movie. I got teary-eyed, and I went, okay, I'll never watch that again because I can't.
This was a scary movie. Thank you for that, JD. Phantasm. Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I've never seen that one.
That was that spinning thing. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
want to talk about
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
it's a spinning thing.
Yeah. My dad loved that movie.
Green Mile, excellent. Concept was unbelievable. JD already talked about it.
Yeah,
Barbara
Bob's that one up.
This is the line I messed up. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Thank you. Under the Dome. I don't remember Under the Dome. I don't remember that one. Smelly Wrestling Geek talking to Bob Cole in the chat. Shawshank, Green Mile. I think JD said the same thing. Two of his favorite movies.
I can watch Shawshank and Green Mile a lot.
Yeah.
It's like Lord of the Rings. It's one of those things that I can just put in, watch it, enjoy it from beginning.
Lord of the Rings is so good.
Oh man.
And that's something I don't know if I told you this before, JD, when you were that genre of something I would never normally watch.
Right.
And at the time, my friend's girl, not anymore, but was my friend's girlfriend,
that time.
Had a child. I mean, her son goes, "Have you seen these movies?" I'm like, "No, I don't know." And he goes, "I'm going to let you borrow the first." It was before the third one came out.
Right.
The
So
Return of the King.
you watched The Fellowship.
Right. Because I used to buy him like little action because I knew he liked the movie. If I get Jeffrey dollars, I'm like, I'll go buy the kids something. Right. And my other friend, Benny, who was the brother of, they're both my friends, but it was the other brother was dating the girl. They live, they all live together. Right. He goes, "Al," he goes, "you better watch those movies. He's going to ask a ton of questions and you're going to break this kid's heart if you don't." He goes, you can't bullshit your way through it because he knows everything. And it was funny because he goes, "Al, you got to bring him back on Monday." So I had the weekend to watch him. It's like Sunday. I'm sitting there, Red Sox are getting killed, right? And then, let me put these movies in. I started watching it. I'm like, oh, this is good stuff. And that's how I got into Lord of the Rings. But it's something I wouldn't normally watch. And then I end up reading the books. Awesome stuff.
Lord of the Rings, I feel it's heavily overrated. Hey, man, everybody's got their own opinion. I will honestly say I think the way they did The Hobbit was horribly done. I enjoyed the story, but they just over CGI'd the whole thing. It was too much. They could have done it in 2 movies and called it a day.
I like Lord of the Rings, but again, everyone's opinion is fine. I agree with you on The Hobbit. They could have done it in 2 movies. They could have done it in 1 movie. The book's not that long.
No.
But 2 movies. Let me just go back up in the chat because there's this one.
Did you ever watch the extended versions of the Lord of the Rings, or did you just watch the theater? Yeah, I love the extended.
I can't watch the regular versions now because I've seen in the extended versions weren't just like more fighting scenes. They were different. It give you a whole another
perspective.
They show you it's tough to explain. It's not like extending fight scene. I mean, some of it is, but it just shows you again. The extended version will show you. You get what Boromir was trying to do. I mean, you kind of understood anyway, but you really sympathize with him even more in the extended version.
Right.
It just was really, they cut that whole scene out.
Right.
I'm pretty sure in the extended version, they cut the scene out. When the father comes, when they retake Osgiliath, I think the city was called.
Right.
And he's like, oh. And he's trying to say how good the younger brother fought. And he's like, oh, no, you did it all. He's like, no, it was a team effort.
It makes you feel so bad for Faramir and understand.
Absolutely.
But it makes you understand why Faramir did what he did with Frodo. Like, you know what? I've already pissed off my dad enough. I really don't care at this point. Yep. So go do what you need to do.
Then it has one of the saddest scenes to me in movie history when it's basically like a charge of the Light Brigade. We're going to charge this. And it's a few, like, why are you, and he's like, don't do it. And he goes, and he was talking to Gandalf, and I don't know the exact wording, but it was like, he's my father. I have to do it. Like, I'm not going to disobey him. And they do and they all get massacred and kind of thing. It was, here's one that just going back to movies. We'll get back to sports gaming chat in a bit, but I like doing this too. We got JD the Dragon on. What was it? Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh.
Yes. That's scary. I watched that once. That was enough.
So bloody. So
Scared the
bloody.
crap out of me.
So bloody. Oh, another one
Oh,
that got me
God.
was the Saw movies.
I watched the first one. Yep. Oh my God. The creepy. Yes. The Puppet Master or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That scared me. Anything
one
with
was good.
puppets. I wouldn't even watch the one on Twilight Zone with Vic Tayback, who was Mel's Diner. I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that. There's puppets in that. Nope. Let's go back down here. Let's see if we missed anything. D. Scott Howard, isn't Children of the Corn a sequel to Field of Dreams? Right? Let me tell you something. I'm just giving you.
It could be.
Let me just. That's a good one. That's a good one. Leave that. D. Scott, if little Jimmy comes at you with an axe, smack the shit out of that kid. Don't let little Jimmy come near you. Smack him with something. Bam.
Right.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh,
Man.
I tell you, this one I did like. I did like this one, and I would watch it again if I'm in the mood. Drag Me to Hell. B-level horror. Yes. It was well done. I don't know how to describe it.
I think I've seen that. I think I've seen that.
If you did, I think you'd like this one. There was also another one. It was kind of campy, where they're trying to Cabin in the Wood. Was it Cabin in the Woods? It was kind of like a comedy horror.
Yeah, I think it was Cabin.
One of the best lines, like one of the famous lines. Everyone, if you watch it, you remember. Go. Well, since when did this become a Scooby Doo episode? You know, because the guy says something. Goes, since when did this become a Scooby Doo episode? Yeah. They were trying. It was. I might get the movie title wrong, but the gist of it was you had to appease this monster god that no one knew about, and they had to do these things, and these kids, these people figure out like, why are we doing this, or something. That was a good comment, like cheesy kind of old fashioned horror movie. Now, one that I can watch over and over again that's considered horror, Jaws.
Right.
Love Jaws. The Thing.
I never really considered Jaws horror.
No. Monster?
No, I think it more like like monster. I like monster movies. I like The Thing, Godzilla, King Kong. Yeah, I like monster movies.
Did you watch the new Godzilla and King Kong?
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
I loved all three of them. I loved Godzilla, King Kong, and Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I loved all three of them. I thought they were freaking awesome.
That was so well done. It was like wrestling the way it should be now, because it's basically wrestling with the storyline. But the story was really good.
Right. You know, I can remember being a kid and I would watch all the old 70s Godzilla movies.
Two dudes in a suit fighting it out.
Right. My dad would be like, Godzilla's on. I'm like, change the channel, you know?
That we had, and you probably had something similar. It was like 3:30 movie, then it became the 4 o'clock movie, and every week they do a genre, right? So when it was Godzilla week, you couldn't get me after school. You weren't getting me out of the house like Godzilla's on.
Yeah,
I mean, that's my boy.
Yeah, that's where I did it too. And so I watched like the remakes, the reboots that they did, and I'm like, God, these suck.
Remember when they made Godzilla like with the worst one? The only
Godzilla 2000 with Matthew Broderick.
That's the one I was going to say. It was horrible. I sat there and went to the movies. I went to the movies and went, what is this shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that one at all.
I was like, listen, Godzilla doesn't have a child by himself. He has a wife somewhere because he had Godzuki. Yeah. I watched that shit. I know. Don't ruin this.
Right. No, and then they made Godzilla, the first one, and I watched it. And I went, yeah, he's back. Like, you get the blue streak down the back, like all of it. I'm like, thank you.
I was such a Godzilla fan. I watched the cartoon on Sundays, and it wasn't that good. No. It was Godzilla. Oh, here's movies. Bob Colt says early 80s Motel Hell, Cannibal. Yeah, scary. There was a movie. There was a movie. It was like a Western style movie where, oh shit, who was it? He had to go to this post and everyone was nuts. Like he came from the army, and all I remember, oh God, I can see him. I can't think of his name. He was a top actor for a while, but I'll never forget the bear trap. They put a bear trap and they caught someone. I was like, oh my God, that is so gross. And they basically were eating people. And this guy, like, if you show up and you're like, where's everybody? Where's it? Time to leave. Sharknado was a fun. I'll tell you something about Sharknado. Where was that? Right there. Is it horribly done? Yes. Did I have fun watching it? Yes. It is so beyond a B movie. It was just fun, popcorn fun. Jaws, Brian Patterson says Jaws was more of a thriller than a horror. I see that. Planet of the Apes were the best.
I really enjoyed the 3 prequel movies that we got.
Yep.
Andy Sykes, I think is how you Sneaks, however you say his last name.
Yeah.
Dude, he killed it. I thought it was freaking
He did the
phenomenal.
motion.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was on the horse. He did the motions, the voice, all of it. He is such a good actor.
Yeah. Did he not do Smeagol too?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure. Now, again, I love the original. I love all the Planet of the Apes movies. My least favorite is the one with Tim Burton did it. It's still good. It's just my least favorite.
The one with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
I think
my least favorite. I still like it. It's my least.
Yeah, it's not my favorite one to watch, but it was still good.
Yeah, I enjoyed going to the movies. When they did these Planet of the Apes movies, they were so well. They explained stuff that you always thought about. They did it in a little different way. Like, how would they take over? It doesn't matter. There's not enough of them. And then it's the infection. It made sense. And then the way I think the last one was the one with Woody Harrelson.
Right.
It was all well done. I liked them all.
Silence of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice.
Oh, Silence. I can watch that one over, though. I like that one. Todd B. I had the Godzilla model, too. Silence of the Lambs was excellent. I wondered what Godzilla's one loss record was all time. Well, I'm still pissed that he lost that first fight with King Kong because that's bullshit. That was fixed. I always rooted for Godzilla. Good guy, bad guy. I didn't care. I rooted for Godzilla.
Yeah, I was always on Godzilla's side. I liked King Kong and I liked Mothra and I liked all of them. But in the end, King Kong was the shit. I mean, that's just how it went down. That was the guy. And they made
Godzilla. You say King Kong.
Sorry. But
I was right about to evict you. What?
They made him look so good in these last 3 movies. It was so phenomenal.
Here's one. The first time you saw, and there's a couple different titles for this Godzilla movie. King of the like when they had all the monsters all in one. It was Monster Island. The way I think it was called Monster Island or King of the Monster, and they end up fighting the 3-headed space dragon that came down, and Godzuki blew that puff, and it killed one of the heads on the dragon. That was like, as a kid, I was like, holy cow, this is the greatest movie ever. Now, I knew it wasn't the greatest movie ever. It was just the point of Godzilla and all these monsters on one TV screen for me. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think it was Monster Island, I think.
It might have been Monster Island.
They had them all.
We get in King of the Monsters.
It could have been that too. Because they had a lot of.
In the new one, King of the Monsters, we get a lot of the monsters fighting.
And I think that was their version of it. So, Sports Time Machines, join us. Check out that great channel. Subscribe. Again, if you don't know how to subscribe to, say, JD or Sports Time Machine or Dave Little or so on and so forth, you go to their name in the chat. 3 dots come up. You click on it. Go to their channel. Very simple. YouTube brought it back. They finally did something nice for the small YouTubing community. D. Scott Howard, low-budget sci-fi horror movie. Dark Star was good. Basically Alien, but the alien was played by a beach ball. Wow. I saw this one. Bob Coles. It was. I saw this. Kurt Russell's in this movie. Bone Tomahawk. It was a movie, JD, that went straight to DVD. It's a Western horror movie. Cannibalistic. It's brutal, but it's good. And again, I wouldn't watch it again because it has that shock value. It's still a good story, but Kurt Russell is the sheriff or the marshal, and they have to go find these people who got kidnapped. And there's no one really in town because it's a cattle run. So the town, there's not a lot of people in the area. And he only can go with like 5 guys or 4 guys. And it's brutal because he has to find the people who got kidnapped. I think it's called Stone Bone, or just it's Bone Tomahawk. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, there's a scene. Ooh, I won't. Ooh. But it was good. I like that one. I'm not seeing the option still, Al. All that comes up for me is report or block. Really?
See, I clicked on it earlier. As soon as you said that we could do that, I'm like, holy shit, it is back.
You saw it though, right?
Yeah, no, it was there for me. So
Because I just noticed that the other day. Huh. I'm wondering if do this. No, I see it. It says like first option's a little dude. I wonder if because I think I made him a moderator, but I don't see the make a moderator. You've been deputized. Dave Lowe says I'm not seeing it either. Really?
because if I go to your chat,
I see it on YouTube. You're not going to see. Well, they wouldn't be watching us on stream.
yeah, I have go to channel, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user from this channel. So the first thing that says go to channel.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, Derek Cole. It was wonderful having you. Take care, my friend. Well, I think you have to be signed in, yes, to your YouTube.
Yes, you have to be signed into YouTube.
Yeah, you have to be signed into YouTube to go to use it. Because Dave Little also says he can't see it.
Interesting.
I deputized Dave Little. You're deputized. All right. I think we got enough deputies now. Oh, wow. I don't remember that one. Then we're going to get off the horror thing. But Brian Patterson, what was the horror Western where Tommy Lee Jones, where they were boiling people in animals?
Oh, fuck. What was that one? I know
was
what
that
you're
the cannibal
talking
one? With
yes, I think so.
the one I was talking about?
I think so.
Because they had the bear trap. Is there a bear trap scene in
Let me
that?
see.
Because that was gruesome. The beleaguered, not the beguiled, oh shoot. Dave Little says he sees it now.
Good.
Okay, excellent.
The Homesman.
They had some. I wish I could.
The Homesman was the one with Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay.
That was just weird. That one was weird.
Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein gave me nightmares as a kid that lasted until college. I could see that. I love that. I own that movie.
I don't know if that's the movie we're talking about. But
that's not the one I'm talking. I don't think.
Yeah.
I can see. It's an English actor. I can see him. I'm trying to think of something that someone could think of his name. And now I can't think of any other movie. He was in so much stuff too. Oh, he plays Dr. Watson in the new Sherlock Holmes. I can see him, and I can't think of his name. So Sherlock Holmes. Let me just look it up real quick. I can. It's gonna Sherlock Holmes and Jude Law. Jude Law was in it. I'm almost positive Jude Law was in that movie. So. That's it. Ravenous. Bud W. That's the movie with Jude Law. That was gruesome.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that one was neat.
I watched the first season of Cobra Kai. I liked it. I got to watch the rest of it. I thought the concept was fun.
Yeah,
how they showed Johnny as a sympathetic, and you sit there and you go, well, I guess he was a sympathetic character. The guy did steal his girlfriend, and it was kind of, I liked it. I haven't watched any other season yet because I want Teresa to watch the first season. But
I know a lot of people that have really liked Cobra Kai.
You know what's funny, JD, and when people go, oh, you like it because it's nostalgic. Well, okay, I guess so, but
that's what pissed me off about the new Spider-Man movie. A lot of people are like, oh, the only reason you guys are watching is because it's nostalgic. Actually, I've liked every freaking Spider-Man movie that was made.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the Spider-Man movie for what it was. It was really cool to see Doc Ock and the Green Goblin and Electro and the Sandman and all those characters come back into No Way Home. I thought it was phenomenally done.
That's
It was
like
great.
Stranger Things on Netflix. People, oh, you like it because it's nostalgic. Well, yeah, I grew up in that. It was
Right.
funny how they took. To me, it was like the Goonies meets Aliens meets the
Right.
Thing. You know what I mean? It was good. It was well
Yeah.
done.
I really liked the first season. I kind of got lost during the second season. Kind of
The first season was better. I agree. I
Uh-huh.
liked both. I'm looking forward to. I think they'll have one more. They have one more season. That's
Yeah,
it.
they're
You
gonna
can't
do
really. You can't. The concept to me was fun. I liked it.
Right.
It's and they just took things that from the 80s and you're sitting there going, well, this is, or the late 70s, and you're like, this is Goonies. Again, my description: Goonies, Aliens, a Thing
Right.
rolled into one, and they throw comedy in there with
Right.
a lot of people actually get killed, and no
lot.
one seems to. Well, like the fat girl, she dies, and no one talks about it anymore. I'm like, wow, everyone's pretty cool with the fat girl getting killed.
It's true.
All right, JD. So
Yes,
where I know you said you're still writing these books.
Mm.
Which one are you the closest on? You sounded like Burt Reynolds. If I could find you the clip when you just made that laugh, and that's a compliment because you're a handsome fellow, and so is
Oh,
Burt.
Thanks. Let's put it this way. I'm on chapter 14 of The Assassin. I'm on chapter 15 of the one that I called Epic, and I'm on chapter 3 of my sci-fi.
But you really do enjoy writing.
I do. The only problem is like my mind, like I'll be writing one story and I'm like, hey, what about this? And then I start playing with it.
I'm going
like,
to tell you something, JD. I know you don't play I know you don't play sports sims games, or I assume like we
Right.
do. I know
Right.
you play Madden, which is still it's a sports. But you just said something that everyone in this community has a problem with. We
Right.
start a project, right? Because when you write a book, it's a project, right? See, I'm going to
Mhm.
relate this all back together.
Right.
And then something like, I'll just say me, I'm doing something and something pops in my head. I go, I know I should wait. And again, it doesn't matter for me, right? But I'm like, I should complete this other project. But this other sports thing popped in my head and I want to do this. And it's similar because you get an idea and you want to go with it.
Right. Because you don't want to lose it. You don't want to lose it. And so, like I said, The Assassin's on 14. I'll go back, I'll edit some stuff, I'll read through it, like thinking something will come ahead. I'm like, nope. So then I go to the next story and I do that. I'm like, oh yeah, and I'll type a whole freaking chapter. I'll type 6,000 words, and then my mind just shuts off, and I'm on to the next one.
So you type, you don't talk it in?
No, I type it.
Okay. And let me just go to thank you very much, our good friend, Mr. Utah Mike, Sports Time Machine. Subscribe to it, please. Cannonball Run has the Burt Reynolds. That's what it's just, I'm sure probably Smokey and the Bandit too.
Probably.
Oh, this one I loved.
Roddy Piper.
They Live. I love that movie.
Is that the one with the I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm not allowed of bubblegum? Okay, yeah, that was a good movie.
They had the glasses, they could see the people who are the aliens.
Yeah.
That was good. That's a good one. The Goat Whisperer, D. Scott Howard. But it's funny that you said you're writing multiple things. And I said, I can roll this all back into what we do as a hobby.
Right.
Sports game simming, where everyone starts a lot of projects. The other thing is we're all we're like, what's that new game? I want to buy it. I'm trying to cut back on that because I want to play some of the games I buy. And if I keep buying stuff,
you're never going to play them.
I'm not going to play
it. I get that. I do that with the PlayStation 4. I went through it the other day. I'm like, shit, I got 1, 2, 3. I got 10 games I've never even downloaded. I just bought them because I always wanted to play them, and they were on sale, so I bought it.
You know what I just got, and I don't know if you were in the chat earlier on. I started playing Back for Blood, which plays very much like Left 4 Dead with my 2 nephews and my brother-in-law, and I forgot how much fun that is to play with people and just have a good time and laugh. And it's easy. You just pick up and you shoot zombies, and That's you know what I like that game you played with the dwarves. It was like storytelling, but
The dwarves. That was actually what it was called.
what was called but there's action and you'd had A, B, and C. That was a fun. But I forgot something had like
I got stuck.
yeah.
I couldn't get
Because
past
that
this-
was a good. I used to look forward to. I used to remember. Hold
I
on,
still
Jay.
have it. I wanna play it again. I just haven't.
Well, you're on to other things. That happens with everything. Yeah. I remember going, hold on. They go, I'm going to be right back. I'm making me my bowl of popcorn. That was fun.
I have a lot of people that I got a lot of people into playing The Witcher because they could drive the story. Like I would do voting and they could drive the story through the game.
I didn't watch as much as that like I did. But yeah, you did the same thing with the dwarf game. And it was fun. You get, what are we going to do?
Yeah. Where are we going? And the one I'm playing now, which is Ghost of Tsushima, you really can't. It's just a story, you know.
Yeah.
So you just kind of go with it. I do like the games where you can pick. You know, you can choose certain paths. I have the new Assassin's Creed games like Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. I mean, they're pretty much straightforward. This is what's happening style of game. So I've been waiting for that next game where you can.
Because you do a really good job with your chat with those where you really get, and again, if you're a YouTuber, again, this all comes back. If you're a streamer, regardless, big, small, whatever, in our community, no one's really big in our community, but you know what I'm saying? If you're doing live streaming, one of the important things, in my opinion, and JD, I don't know if you agree, you want to get the people watching involved because it makes it fun. And they're part of it. They're part of the show. They're part of the entertainment. And JD does a great job with that.
I try to.
You do. JD, for me to sit down, make a bowl of popcorn, and I look forward to that. And I remembered either the game stuck on the computer or on the PS. I remember something happened. It was kind of a little bummer too, and it's the same thing. Like if you're playing a sim, right? You're doing a season, the season gets corrupted, and you're like, well, I've been streaming this, or even if you're not, I've put all this effort into it, and now it's kaput. Not to a good conclusion. So,
right.
All right. But it is what it is. What's the weather out there, JD, in the Colorado area?
Well, we had a really good storm right around New Year's. It dumped like 10 inches of snow in town. And then it stopped and it got warm. And then today it kind of did this rain, snow. And I really wanted to get out of my snow machine, but when it would, you get that rain mixture, and I mean, you just get fucking drenched and cold, and it's just no fun.
No fun.
So I just kind of hung out. I watched an episode of The Expanse, and then I watched my Broncos play the Chiefs.
World's Worst Gamer says, this is to JD. Are you looking forward to Elden Ring?
Game of the year? I am looking forward to Elden Ring. I've seen a lot of prospects for it. I've seen a lot of good reviews for it. The only problem that worries me is it's made by the same people that made what the hell is that game called? Something Soul. And those games are rough.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Those games.
That game is unforgivable. That game is so hard.
Yeah, and this one's made by the same people. The one really cool thing about it is George R. R. Martin wrote a lot of the story and world building and stuff like that in it. So I am looking forward to it. I want to see what it's like.
JD, you brought up a really good point that can go with either video games or any type of game, sports sim or anything, card and dice or on the PC. When a game is, because I played Dark Souls for exactly this long and I'm like, yeah, this shit I don't want to play because it was not fun. Some people like that type of unforgiving game.
If it gets too hard, like I'm just like, I'm a storyline player. I want a good story in the game. I want to see the story unfold in front of my eyes. Even if that means I'm going to play the fucking game on easy, I really don't care. I just want the story.
Because you're enjoying it.
When you get a game that's so hard that you're just like, why did I spend my money on this? Like, it kind of bites you in the ass. And I'm not that type of player. If I get to a point where I'm getting consistently dying at this one section, I'll fucking quit playing it. Like, I'll stop playing. I'll never play it again.
I don't blame because your time I'm the same way with whether it's a video game or a sports sim. If I'm not having fun, I'm not going to play it anymore.
Right. That's exactly.
Mike asks, "Are you a Twitch person, JD?"
I have a Twitch account. I just don't. I haven't streamed anything on Twitch yet. So I watch a lot of people do stuff on Twitch. I just haven't done anything on Twitch.
I'm going to go into my Twitch commentary in a second. Brian Patterson, you guys content is what makes my commute to and from work bearable. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Here's
I have a couple.
Here's
I was gonna say, Brian, I have a couple of people that are the same way. Like, man, I'm so happy you're doing this stuff while I'm driving back and forth to work, or while I'm at work, bored out of my mind in the middle of the night. So, no, that makes
that's awesome. There are plenty of YouTubers who've got me through a lot of tough times, because when I was not going to bum anyone out, when I was taking care of my parents, I miss them dearly. You would be on late, JD, and you're one of them. I'd sit there. I never said anything. And it just got me to hear a familiar, friendly voice. I know that sounds stupid to some people. Like, what do you mean? Well, you never. I go, well, he is my friend. I've talked to him for real. It's not just. So now I hear you. Even like, You Always Win, the zombie channel I watch, large channel. I actually conversed with those guys. JD had to go do something. He'll be back in a moment. So I hope everyone's enjoying the chat. JD will be back with us. We'll go a little while longer. And while JD is gone, let's do.
No, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, JD's back, but
no, go for your card.
Let's go. Yes, Family Feud. All right, here we go. Second one. Name something everyone knows. I don't like this one. I don't want that one. Let's get to this one. Oh, I like this one. Todd B might come up with some zingers on this one. Name a place you should never stick your finger. Name a place you should never stick your finger. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 answers. Once again, name a place you should never stick your finger. I can think of several places you should never stick your finger, but I will leave that to myself. JD has probably thought of the same places because he is laughing.
Yeah. I'm not saying I wouldn't stick my finger in certain places.
But neither am I. I'm just saying we probably shouldn't say that
right.
on YouTube. I mean, they'll show pictures of videos of people being beheaded, but God forbid we say something out of funniness and truth.
Right.
Todd B's pondering this question. I can only wait for the answer. Okay, here we go. Name a place you should never stick your finger. And as we wait for the chat, let me tell you about Twitch. There's a lot of, if I was a girl, I would be on Twitch. And I'm going to tell you why I would be on Twitch.
Yeah.
They have more cleavage stations on Twitch. It is mind-numbing that almost, I would assume anywhere from 12 to 16, well, maybe older people. I don't know. But I think every boy going through puberty is on Twitch going, well, he's thinking about putting his finger in places he probably his parents don't want to know.
Yeah.
Steeler fan says, Steeler fan again, name a place you should never stick your finger. A relative. Okay, that's it. Not there, but interesting. Yes. Brian Patterson. Let's go. Name a place you should never stick your finger. Keeping it clean, I'd say light socket. Ding, 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 ding. Number one answer. 62 people said that. That's a good one.
Dave Littles. Oh, Jesus.
World's Worst Gamer. Name a place you should never stick your finger. You should not stick it in someone's face. Oh, wow. That's a good one. But no, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, boy. We've got Dr. Dave Little has chimed in. Bill Clinton's cigar box. Boom, boom. That's a good one. Mr. Wrestling 2, how you doing? Sending a virtual hug to one and all. Thank you. Bob Cole says electric socket. Good job, Bob. Cop's eye. I would agree. It's not on here, though. If you do, run. As Todd B doing his best. Steve Harvey. Good answer. Good answer. Okay, we got the number one answer. We got 4 more to go. Someplace I stick my finger on a regular occasion. I'm not going to tell you guys, but they told us not to do it during COVID. Sometimes I still do it because it's itchy.
Right.
I usually do it when no one's watching. And now I'm old enough where I really don't give a shit. Name a place. You should never stick your finger. All right, we'll let that stay up there. So anyway, if I was a girl on Twitch, I'd be on Twitch. There are so many of those channels, and they get a gazillion views.
Right.
God
well, yeah.
bless 'em.
When the shirt cuts off right here,
I'm playing a game.
Or they stand up and they got a skimpy little skirt on, or they, I've seen some where they forget to shut off the recording and do some stuff they shouldn't be doing online.
Oopsie. If you want to see more stuff we shouldn't be doing online, forget see. You just hit that old pay button. A hot stove. I'm going to give you that. Fire. So I consider that fire. 5 people. We have 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Yes. The nose. Number 2 answer. That's
world's
right
worst
there,
gamer. There was a girl on Twitch, and I watched her stick her finger ... That was probably the one I was talking about that forgot to hit stop record.
That could be a bit embarrassing, but it probably made her a lot of money. All right, so far we got
a ton of money.
Light socket, nose, fire. We have the final 2 answers. Final 2 answers. We'll go a little bit longer with this, then I'll give you them. Name a place you should never stick your finger. In a Twitch girl. Boom, boom, boom. Unless she's okay with it. Yeah, it depends. Yeah. Coach Habner, Happy New Year.
That all depends on the situation you're in.
The situation. If it calls for the situation, you do what's necessary. All right.
That's it.
I'm going to give the other 2 answers. Name a place you should never stick your finger. The chat got light socket. The chat got nose. That was Brian Patterson with those 2. And Dr. Dave Little said stove. I gave him that. Fire. The 2 we did not get in our glorious chat. Garbage disposal. Yeah, that would be painful.
Right.
And fan. This should have been on here, though. Bud W says piranha.
That one should have definitely been on there.
So that was good. That was fun. We've gone 2 hours and 7 minutes. Should we go a little longer?
I'm good with it if you are.
All right, we'll go a little longer. All right, so JD.
Yes, sir.
What are you most looking forward to that you want to share with us this coming year? This coming year can be anything that you want to share. This is not like to make you cry or shit like that. That's not what it is. Right. But if you do, it could be good for ratings. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not going to cry. Biggest thing, actually, that I'm working towards right now, I'm an avid outdoorsman. I love fishing, camping, hunting, 4-wheeling, hiking.
Do you do ice fishing?
I don't ice fish. I'm not a big fan of freezing on a lake. I agree. Don't see the fun in it. So, but I love fishing in the summertime. I love, throwing a freaking lure out in the lake and catching some rainbows and brookies and all that. But my biggest thing right now is I'm trying to save up to buy a camper. And I've been tent camping like 90% of my life. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I did. But you get to a point like now where I have a kid and I have so much camping crap that I'm like, I need a camper. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now, is just buying a camper. Because I used to go. I mean, literally, when I went camping, I had a little 1-man tent. I had a sleeping bag. I had a skillet, and I had my fishing pole, and that was it. Yeah, I was off. Well, now I got 5 or 6 lanterns. I got this. I'm like, oh, okay. I need something with storage.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
In COVID,
excellent.
that would
Excellent.
be great. That's never gonna happen, but that would be great.
What, the end COVID? No.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be with us forever and ever.
Yeah, it's a virus. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Just be smart.
Yeah.
At some point, then even the news will say, just be smart. We have to move on. Whether you're listen, you do what you want. I don't tell you.
Yeah.
I'm vaccinated. I got my booster, but everyone does what they want. I'm not
Right.
like, oh my
I
God,
actually-
you didn't do it.
I actually caught COVID, so technically I vaccinated myself just through the crappy.
Yeah, actually, you're probably one of the strongest. You probably have the strongest vaccine because your body beat it already.
Right.
So,
And it's kind of weird. Like my boss is actually where I caught it from. I mean, he had like severe cold. I mean, his nose was all red, runny, coughing, hacking. My parents got it. They had.
They all right?
Yeah, they're all good.
Okay, good.
They had minor cold issues. I literally got a really, really bad headache one morning when I woke up. Like, I mean, a massive, massive headache. I mean, I felt like I could hardly walk. Massive headache, like the worst migraine you can think of. Went back to bed, woke up 4 hours later, felt fine. Did a COVID test, popped hot. Went to the doctor, did a COVID test, popped hot. I got really bad aches in my legs. Like my legs hurt so freaking bad. And then I lost taste and smell. That was it.
You got it back though.
Yeah, that's all back. There are some things, like I will honestly say there are some things that still smell not what they should smell like. Like my sense of smell has changed. But it is what it is. But I didn't get like the severe issues with it, so that was good. Because I'd had pneumonia twice, so I was actually worried about catching it.
Yeah, you want to be careful because Bud W, and I'm glad your parents are all right.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
Bud W says, what do you think of Marvel changing the Punisher logo? That's a good question.
I haven't even seen the new Punisher logo. What is the new Punisher
Check it
logo?
out, JD.
Yeah, let me look at this.
World's Worst Gamer says, I'm looking forward to 2023. And then Butch Abner says, end COVID. I wish I could. I wish I could, Butch. Just everyone be safe. So,
I mean,
JD's,
it's not the worst thing in the world, but I like
it's not the one on your shirt, right?
So it's kind of like this, but instead it has horns that go up, and then kind of like right here it has fangs that come down. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world.
I like that one better.
I do too. I like the original.
It's said enough.
Call it nostalgic.
Yeah. You just like it because you're nostalgic.
Right. That's it right there.
Don't you hate those people? I shouldn't say hate,
yeah.
but they drive me nuts. You just like
it gets annoying.
Nostalgic.
Like you said earlier, the PC culture.
I hate it. Gotta go.
That's extremely annoying.
Oh, that's what I hope leaves.
Or cancel culture. That can leave.
The cancel culture, the PC culture. I hope that all leaves soon. And again, don't take this the wrong way, anyone. I'm not saying to be mean to people. No. I'm saying sometimes people speak their mind. You don't like it. They have a right to speak their mind.
Just keep going on with your day.
Just go on with your day. If you don't like a comedian, you know what you do? Don't watch him.
Right. It's simple. Like, I don't understand it. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's plenty of people I could get in arguments with about a lot of things every day, but I'm like, why waste my energy on that when I can go be productive and do something else?
Exactly.
So,
but yeah, that's a good one, JD. I said it in the beginning. I wish that would go away because in a weird, not a weird way, the cancel culture is trying to, in my opinion, keep people from speaking what their minds.
Right.
And listen, sometimes you don't agree with someone. Doesn't mean you have to hate their guts. I don't get this whole.
They legitimately want you to think here. This is all you get to. That's it. Nothing else. You can't think outside the box. I'm sorry. I have an opinion, and that's just how it is. I mean,
it is, and not everyone who has a different opinion is a racist or is a Nazi or is whatever. But that's how they want to label. For God's sakes, they don't like Dave Chappelle. He's a comedian.
I love Jay Chappelle's last one. I laughed so freaking hard through that whole set. And some people are like, I completely despised it. I'm like, that's your right. You don't have to. I mean, there's comedians out there that talk, and I'm like, that really wasn't that funny, you know?
But you said it's not funny. You didn't sit there and go, "Oh, take him off his."
Right.
If I don't like a show, right? If I don't like a show, I don't watch it. And if enough people don't watch it, they'll take it off the air. But you know what? I'm not going to watch it.
Right. There's movies out there that are really like, this is how things have to be. Like they try to push agendas and stuff on you, and you're like, I don't want that. And I think, like, I will honestly say that that's one of the main reasons I quit paying attention to the news. It's one of the main reasons I quit paying attention to politics.
Did the same thing.
I can't. It's so agenda oriented. I'm like, y'all can just fuck off and leave me alone.
Exactly. Because it's not about bringing people together. Even if you have differences of opinion, we have more in common. Most people. I'm not talking about the PC cancel culture. I don't know where those people come from. And you know what? They can say what they want. I'm not canceling them. What I'm saying is I don't agree with them, but they should not be allowed to cancel myself, JD, or anyone else in the chat. And most people, I guarantee you, don't think probably not that I think bad, but probably don't think the same way I think, quote unquote, politically. And it's not it's just I have a certain train of thought.
I have a lot of friends that completely think differently politically than I do.
But they're your friends.
I love them to death.
Exactly.
We just don't talk politics. And I remember I was watching, and I don't think it was Dave Chappelle. I think it was a different comedian I was watching. And he goes, I can remember back in the day, if you asked, hey, grandma, who'd you vote for? She would literally smack your ass upside the head.
None of your business.
That was something you didn't talk about.
Exactly.
And he goes, today it's so talked about that it's literally taken the country and went like this with it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And it's an honest to God truth. I do not talk about my political affiliation. I don't really have one anymore because I got tired of all the drama and the BS that came with the political affiliations. And I went, you know what? Fuck the government. That's where I stand. And I've been like that since Bush Jr., honestly, when he was in office. So like when people are like, oh, you supported, I'm like, no, I really don't. I'm so tired of you guys trying to push.
We'll get off this because we don't want to, but I'm just saying the whole point is you have a right to think the way you want to think, whether I agree, JD agrees, whether we disagree.
Right.
You have a right to say it, but the cancel, and again, I'll get off because I hope the cancel culture, you said it better, and the PC goes away. And like, here's this, Bud W. Simply live and let live. If you're not harming anyone, it's a beautiful thing. Bob said something really nice, and I want to read this to JD. Just wanted to thank you guys. This was my first time tuning in. Great stuff. I'll stay till the end. We're only going to stay a little longer because it's late now. Looking forward to the next live. God bless. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. We appreciate
it. Here's another thing.
We're here for. That's what we're here for.
Here's another and please check out JD's channel. He plays video games and he does live chats and it's entertaining and he will entertain you. He'll make you laugh. So please check out his channel and subscribe. Here's another thing that annoys me. And then I swear I'll shut up.
Yeah, right.
when did if I say Merry Christmas to someone?
Oh God, yeah.
Because now I'll preference it right after because I'm not a jerk. Happy holidays after, right? But don't get all offended if someone says Merry Christmas. I'm not saying drop dead. I'm saying I'm wishing you a merry time this holiday, but I'm saying it my way. Merry Christmas.
I've that's how I was raised. It was Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and that is for every holiday. That's not just Christmas. I mean, that's Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and everything that's involved.
Whatever else is celebrated
part of the season. Yeah, I don't look down on anybody for celebrating something different. That is your life. That you have that right. I hope you enjoy it and have a great time.
I'm going to be quiet about that. It just annoys. It really annoys me.
It does. It gets on my nerves too. And then I'm that type of person that now every time since you got annoyed with it, I'm that type of person that I'm just going to keep saying it.
Oh, absolutely. I do the same thing. I'm like, now that I know it pisses you off because it shouldn't.
Right. If something that little, so what other button can I push?
Yeah.
I'm that type of person.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
that was some good fun stuff. So we're going to go another 11 minutes. It'll be 2.5 hours. I think that, and
Cool.
JD, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. We're not leaving yet.
We haven't been on we haven't chatted for a long time.
No, that's right.
I miss talking with you. We used to
Oh,
have
I
some
love
really
that.
good conversation.
Send me an email so I can get your. Is it
Right.
is it Dragon something?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, because I was trying to find anyway. But we'll do this, and if you want me to come on with you, I don't care.
Yeah,
Again, I don't.
Definitely, for sure.
That's cool. So, but sports. Let's get back to sports for a little bit before. Colorado Rockies fan, correct? Because you're
I don't.
I know you're
like
more of
baseball.
a football fan.
Right. I like baseball, but I'm more of a fan. If I can't be there live, I just kind of pay attention to what's going on. I can't sit and watch it on the TV. I take a nap.
And again, a lot of people say that because it's not.
Right.
Do you? Okay, me personally, I don't like some of the new rule changes in baseball.
No.
Just play. Here's my opinion with any game. We'll use football because you're a bigger football fan.
Right.
Stop with the flags.
Okay.
No, there's way too many flags in football.
Mm-hmm.
A quarterback is a football player.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets hit, he gets hit. Now, that being said, you can get the cheap shots very easily out of the game.
Yeah.
Flag, you're gone.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I understand the targeting, the head hits. I get that because that's a scientific fact. I mean, head hits cause CTE. It's causing some issues with people. We've lost a lot of good people.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't either. But yeah, like when the quarterback literally just released the ball and the defender hits him and they're throwing a flag for roughing the passer, I'm like, dude, the guy was in motion. He's moving 25 miles an hour.
Can't stop.
How do you stop? I mean, that's a 400-pound guy. He ain't gonna stop.
The other thing sometimes with the head-to-head thing,
right?
Sometimes the guy's getting low and the other guy's getting low.
Yeah, it's unavoidable.
That, and again, I don't want to see it happen, but don't throw a flag in. The guy wasn't. They're both trying to get low,
right? And you grew up in a rough era in like the 70s, 80s.
Yeah,
I grew up watching the 90s, which was still a rough era.
I don't know. Were you in the chat, JD, when I said I woke up in the early morning? I had to use the bathroom. I brought my phone and something pops.
Yeah.
Because I watched the last 15 minutes or 10 minutes, 5 minutes of the Giants, Arizona, 1990. They come back. They beat the Buffalo Bills that year in the Super Bowl. And I'm watching the football, the way they played it. I'm like, yeah, I still like football. Don't get me wrong. I'm sitting there going, yeah, I like that better.
Oh yeah, I would. I will literally go back and watch like 90s football just because.
Can I ask you?
That was football.
And I'll ask the chat too. And if I could bring it up without getting whammied, I would, but I can't. The college, the Pittsburgh quarterback, I think most people see it. He did something which I thought was incredible. It was legal, but I don't even know how you practice this. He faked the slide. The defenders stopped and he kept running.
Yeah, he acted like he was going to slide. The defender stopped and then he took off again. Yeah.
Did you? So here, this is my point. I talked about it with my friend Chris at work. Because he goes, "Did you see that?" And I said, "No, I didn't see." He goes, "You got to watch it." And I went, first, it's amazing what he did, but second, I go, that's not right because those guys think he's sliding, and they stop, and he just kept going.
Right.
I don't like the slide rule. What is your?
I understand the slide rule.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
because it is, that's your quarterback, and most of the time, most teams have one really good one, and then you have your backup. And any player can slide and be down, but you have to be touched. I mean, but yeah, until that knee is on the ground, I still consider him fair game. So I seen what the defender did, and then he kind of stood up, took off running. I'm like, he pulled a loophole on the situation. He really did.
He didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying. No. I still don't know how he even did it because it was incredible to watch. World's Worst Gamer says, "I blame Brady, captain check down for football these days." It's a style of play. It's not horrible. I wish, to me, and JD brought it up with the Broncos. Sometimes you have to open up your offense.
Right.
I'll give you 2 examples of the Patriots when they lost those 2 games in a row. I'm a Patriots fan. Everyone knows that, right? They played, and they almost came back to win those games. They open now. It could be two things. I'm not on the sideline, so I don't know. But either the defense for the other team decided to change up a bit because they had not a big lead, but they changed a little bit. But again, I can only do when I watch the game. When the Patriots, and I'm not saying throw the ball downfield constantly because I hate that also.
You can't do that.
Right. But I'm saying we're watching with my uncle and Teresa because he comes over every Sunday and we sit, we cook, we watch football, right? And we're sitting there going, just throw the ball downfield once.
Right.
You loosen, throw it out of bounds deep. I don't care.
Right.
At least attempt it.
Right.
Because what happens is teams start to sit on that crap.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I'll tell you, teams, I said at the beginning, teams are going to start to get back to the run. Not in your tradition, old school I formation. I mean,
Smash mouth. Yeah.
But they're going to do it differently. The Patriots have done it. The Colts have done it. To try to get some pressure off their quarterback. I watched the Patriots. It was when they beat Buffalo in the cold and stuff.
Yeah.
They kept running the ball. Trees like, oh, they should pass. I said, no, they're setting something up. They kept running inside, and even I was getting aggravated. Why don't you try to pop one out? And then they decided, okay, they waited for everyone to bunch up in the middle. Now we run this way.
Right, and they beat them with it.
Yeah. And again, they had to execute. That's the whole thing. Buffalo knew they were going to run the ball, but the Patriots had to execute. The easiest thing for an offensive lineman to do, at least they always said it, I'm going to figure it's still true, hit the guy in front of you and move him back.
Right.
That's the running game.
Right.
And all the Patriots did, and the wideout would come down. I'm going to use the term crackback. I know that's illegal, and it's not what he would just come down, and if he got a good blocking on the guy, the running back would either decide, am I going to hit this hole or pop to the outside? And it worked. And that opened up, that game they just ran, but sometimes you do have to change up your offense.
Yeah, you do. No, and honestly, that was my biggest issue with watching Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah,
if you watch the first 4 games of Denver, the check down worked.
Yep.
We won those first 4 games.
Yeah.
And then people caught on to what Teddy was doing.
You got to change it up.
And then we started getting our asses handed to him. Well, when he would throw 20, he's not accurate 20, 30 yards down the road. He would overthrow every time. Or he would underthrow it. Or he would get sacked. It just didn't work. The thing that irritated me the most is we have Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams in the background. And Javonte Williams is one of the best rookie running backs in the class. And you're just passing the ball. You're just doing
that's what I'm saying.
Come on.
They should have, because teams that have the ability to run, you should run the ball more.
Right.
Because it will work.
Honestly, we had a caliber team that could have made the playoffs. And I don't blame it on Vic Fangio because his job was the defense, and we had the number 4 defense in the league this year. Our defense was good. But our offense was ranked 30 and 32 and 31, and our offensive coordinator is Pat Schumer. Well, what did Pat Schumer do to the Giants? He freaking killed him. Eli retired because of Pat Schumer.
Yeah.
And that's who our offensive coordinator was. And I'm like,
now,
this is
do you
horrible.
think, me personally, I think they should stick with Fangio.
I would be okay with Fangio as long as we get
a different offensive coordinator.
Yeah. One that knows what he's doing with the team. Because the problem with Pat Schumer is no matter who's in the game, he sticks to this one style of play, and he doesn't play to the strengths of his players. Not when you have Sutton, who's one of the best deep threats in the league. When you have Judy, that's one of the best route runners in the league. You have Patrick that's come on and being able to do both. And you got Fant, who's one of the fastest tight ends in the league. And you're not utilizing these guys. You're checking down to your your running backs and running these short routes with your wide receivers. No wonder we can't get a first down when you're throwing 3 yards at a pop and half of them are going incomplete. It's like, dude, come on.
Here's a good one. We should have touched on this, but
Antonio Brown.
What the hell happened there?
So from what I'm reading, okay, so what I've read,
yes.
And Arian has come out and honestly confirmed what Antonio Brown said. Antonio Brown hurt his ankle in practice, okay? And he told him, hey, I don't want to play that much this game. Well, in that quarter, Arian's like, dude, come on, get out on the field. Let's go. Go play. Get out there. Come on. And Antonio Brown refused. He's like, you know what? Get the fuck out of here then. That's exactly what he told me. And Antonio went, fine. And so he took his pads off and everything, and he left. And everybody's like, oh, there's the rich white man putting Antonio Brown down. And then because he was like 8 catches away and so many yards and a touchdown away from getting this big bonus. But when you listen to it, it was Antonio Brown did it to himself. I mean, he could have went out there and ran a quick slant or something easy. The thing that irritated me the most about the situation is when Tom Brady comes out, he goes, hey, I love the guy. Be empathetic for him. He's going through some things in his life. I want to be here for him as a friend. And then Antonio Brown just kind of shit all over him. I'm like, dude, that was the part that rubbed me.
He has always been, he's a great football player. He's always been self-destructive though. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was
in the freaking end zone and the Jets end zone. I'm like, what are you doing?
Steeler fans. Oh, World's Worst Gamer. Hold on, we'll get to that in a second. Steeler fan. I think fake sliding and fake going out of bounds is chicken bleep. I agree. Mm-hmm. It's gaming rules that already inhibit the defense. I see quarterbacks do it on the sidelines all the time. I hate it. I agree.
No, I will second that.
To me, once the quarterback runs, you're not a quarterback anymore.
No,
you're a running back.
Yep.
You get, and again, I'm not talking about cheap shotting people.
No.
If someone gets cheap shot, you throw a flag, and then you go, you're in college. That's what they do now. They're a little over exuberant with it in college at times, but you are gone.
Right.
That's what they should do. World's Worst Gamer. I've been watching college football during the playoffs, bowl games, and I was reminded that football still can be fun. I will watch college football from the start of the season next season. The thing I missed about college football, and he's right, because I didn't watch a lot of it this past couple of years. This again sounds corny. The pageantry, like when the fans are there, the bands, the atmosphere for a college football game is
so much different.
It is, yes.
The energy is so much different because it's your school, Yeah, it's your school. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think he's talking about Antonio Brown as he pumped his fist and ran off the field. But again, I'm not going to side with him, but his ankle was all shot up and he couldn't feel it anyway. But again, that goes back to JD's point. You could have run a few slants or something. You have to be leery. And obviously he was on the Super Bowl team, and he was, regardless of race, color, creed, whatever, sexual orientation, when you have a team, you have to weigh when you bring someone on a team. And it worked out for a while, but with players who could quote unquote be loose cannons, at some point, most of the time, the loose cannon comes out.
Well, OBJ is another one.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
He would never be on my, and it has nothing to do about,
No, it's his personality.
He would not be on my team.
No, his personality.
You're talking about Odell Beckham, right?
Yeah, I have a friend. He's a huge Cleveland Browns fan, and he was so happy when they signed OBJ. And I'm like, dude, I hate to say this. I'm like, you guys have Landry, and they have that other wide receiver. I'm like, you guys have Hunt and Chubb. I said, you guys have a good team. I said, OBJ's a cancer.
Absolutely. Midlife Crisis says, I fell asleep on the couch and woke up to late night chat. This is great. Eagles didn't start winning this year until they ran the ball. Lead the league with 165 yards per game. Unfortunately, they didn't win tonight. But yes, here's the problem. Yes, you have to. Teams look at other teams and go, "Oh, they do that. I want to do that." Why? Mm-hmm. If you can't do that, don't do that. Do a version. Do a version of. Again, I'm not saying to run the ball 4,000 times, but running the ball. It's you tell your line. They've always said this. It's the easiest thing. I don't mean it's, but go hit the guy in front of you, push him back. And again, there's more to it than that, but you get to attack. Offensive linemen usually like to run the ball because they get to hit somebody as opposed to standing back like human punching bags and getting whacked.
Right.
It's and again, everything comes in cycles.
Well, don't you remember when every NFL team was trying to do the Wildcat formation?
Yep. Because Miami, I think it was Miami started, or the Jets. I can't remember who it was.
The Jets started it. Yeah,
they had success, and again, it's like I'm probably wrong with what I'm going to say, but it's like an old school T formation. It's probably not the T, but you know what I mean. It's an old school. Snap the ball to the quarterback and watch him run.
Right.
You know, or it's not really. You know, he's standing off to the side.
Snap it to the running back and let him pass it.
Yeah, it's an old school thing. You know, it's again, it's cute, but you can mix it in. But I think they've at times overcomplicated football with when it's. I'll tell you the thing that annoyed me with Tom Brady, and I've been annoyed with not since I was annoyed with Tom Brady when he was with the Patriots, and I like winning Super Bowls, going to the playoffs. Thank you, because I think Tom Brady. How can I put this? It's nice, Tom, that you eat and do all this stuff. Good for you. Blah 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 blah. You know, you're marketing this stuff with your trainer, who is a shyster. Look up the stuff. In my opinion, the guy's not Tom Brady, the other guy, right?
Right.
So I don't like when people, I eat, you know, Johnny Unitas, again, I'm going very old school, but there's Johnny Unitas drank beer and ate some hot dogs, and he was a great quarterback. And if anyone doesn't think that he couldn't play, most quarterbacks back in the 90s, I won't even go back far. If they played now, they would have 6 stats because you can't do anything on defense.
Right. I mean, you think about like Troy Aikman, Dan Marino, John Elway. Those guys would have – Warren Moon, they would have tore the league apart. Dante Culpepper. Like, they would have tore it apart.
Because you can't – again, the greatest performance for a quarterback, one of them, there's many great for a year.
Right.
When I looked up Ken Stabler, and I don't like the Raiders, I liked Ken Stabler. When in 1976, someone look it up to make sure I got the right. His percentage, I want to say 1976.
Right.
It's either 70 or 73% completion. That's
holy shit.
Incredible.
Right.
Incredible. You have to understand. The rule was
clothesline back then.
Yeah. The rule was you could hit the receive. You couldn't trip them or nothing like that, but you could make contact until I want to say the ball was in the air. So
right.
You could, you know.
Well, I actually think that was still in the 90s. You could make contact with the wide receiver till the ball was in the air. That didn't change, I think, until like the early 2000s when it was the first 5 yards.
I don't like the rule. Some of these rule changes.
Right.
All right, we're going to end it pretty soon. Let's go up here. I'm sorry I missed some stuff.
Yeah, Montana used to get crushed on every play. Yeah, he really did. I mean, that guy got smashed.
And I'll tell you another thing that annoyed me with Brady, the sacrilege to Patriots fans, probably. There are times he got hit and they're throwing roughing the passer flags. I'm sitting there, that's not roughing the passer.
Right. Oh, man. That used to piss me off.
That's not roughing the passer.
That's why they always, how much money are they paying the refs?
Yeah. But, I mean, and again, people would jump on Cam Newton. But I remember when they yelled, people got mad at Cam Newton's dad. I like Cam Newton. I'm not the biggest, whatever. But his dad was correct. His dad said, I don't care how big my son is, which he's a big guy, right?
Right.
He did a DVD of the hits, and he goes, those are all illegal hits, and not one flag was thrown.
Right. No, if you're going to throw for one quarterback, you got to throw them from all.
And that's what I say. Because it's very simple. Well, if it's a dirty hit, throw a flag.
You've seen it when Lamar Jackson, when the Baltimore Ravens played the Browns, they were throwing flags for Lamar that Baker never got.
No.
I mean, Baker got hammered. And
that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I don't get it. And that annoys me. And I'm using a quarterback that was on my team because I'm not lying. I hate the other thing. And then I hate all receivers do it. It's slightly amusing, but annoying.
Right. Every play.
Jesus.
Every time they don't catch the ball.
It drives me nuts.
Yep.
All right, here we go. We're gonna end it now. Let's go here. Thank you, Midlife Crisis. Here he goes. Heard he asked for more money at halftime, and the Bucks turned him down.
It's possible, but
you never know. That's why the quarterback, is called a back. I agree. Right. Once you start running, you're a back. That's I look at it. Steeler fan, 1930. The toilet licking only fan girl AB was with the night. Oh my God. I heard about that story. Yeah. What's true about AB? Zero credibility.
I heard
I
that
read
one too.
I saw something about that.
She also said he only lasted like 30 seconds.
Yeah. You got to be careful nowadays.
She was not nice to that man after that whole situation.
No.
Well, he freaking left her at the motel and just bounced down.
That was like, remember when Lawrence Taylor goes, she was what? How old?
Yeah.
LD. You might want to check that thing out. He's like,
Right.
I don't ask for license.
Well, James Hetfield from Metallica did the same exact thing. She was what age? 17? No, she told me she was 19.
Midlife crisis. Dolphins were trying to just find some way to win back then. They had no, you're right. No, he's talking about the Wildcat.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
They had a good running back because that's when they had Williams. What the hell was his first name? Dude, there was a pothead. Ricky Williams.
Right, when he came back. He
Right.
came back. That's right. Okay, here we go. Dave Little. If you are standing on your feet and whining at the referee for a flag, you don't get roughed. I agree.
No,
I agree. And on that note, JD, my friend, thank you very much. Stay on when we go off.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone in the chat. I'm not going to go through everyone's names, but
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Smelly Wrestling Geek, for the super chat. Again, you don't have to do that. No one has to. I greatly appreciate it. If you want, if the ads aren't too long, if you're ever watching a video, if they're reasonable, let me get some of the YouTube money and let the ad run a bit. Other than that, we're here to have fun. Please check out everyone. Check out JD's channel. Been a lot of fun. It was nice to have you on, JD. Thank you again. Health and happiness. Stay safe. Be smart. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. Peace.
Peace.